everybody. Welcome to the Leadoff Show. My guest certainly is leading things off right here in Boston with a lot of excitement. A fellow who played 10 years in Fenway Park, had a lifetime batting average of .284, hit about 165 home runs, and the White Sox are glad to have him. The change from that from the Red Sox uniform to the White Sox uniform, kind of exciting or kind of sad?
Well, I think we ran the full gamut of emotions in this particular move. You know, we're happy, we're sad, we're excited, we're a little disappointed, but it's a challenge, Jimmy, and there's nothing I like better in this world than a challenge. I think that with this club, over the years, it's been just a little inexperienced in their approach to the game. Hopefully with Luzinski and LaFleur and myself and some of the experience that the players have accomplished over the last couple of years, I think we can put a very, very competent and exciting team on the field.
We'll be right back right after this message with some more talking about baseball. Your impression of our starting staff now, do you like to have them shake off pitches, or do you like to have them go along with you because you know the hitters?
Well, I don't think it's important for myself personally to care whether a pitcher shakes me off or not. I call a ball game. Huh? No, I think if I call a ball game and things are working out pretty well, then the pitcher's going to go with me. Now, if he wants to shake me off and has maybe a little bit of an idea on what he wants to do, I don't mind that at all, as long as he's got an idea and he's got a purpose that he wants to achieve out there. You
know, we had trouble with picking off runners or holding runners on. Will you remind a pitcher an awful lot about what's going on in a ball game so they give you a better shot at the guy running?
I think that's part of my job, to make him fully aware of the situation that he's in. Whether it be he's coasting along with a 5-0 lead, a pitcher can be in just as much trouble then if he doesn't think about it as he can if he's got a man on first and third and one out in a tie ball game. So I think that my job back there is to make him fully aware of the situation he's in, and just for me to remind him not to lose his aggressiveness out there. You
know, you're going to hit third with Luzinski hitting behind you. I got to believe you're going to get a few pitches that you didn't get last year.
Well, I know last year, throughout the course of the year, I had a lot more breaking balls thrown to me than ever before. I hit 5th and 6th last year. Hitting third this year with guys like LaFleur on base, and when he's on and I come up, he's always a threat. So you might see a few more fastballs. With the guys like Luzinski hitting behind me, they're not going to want to walk me to get to him. So I think it's with LaFleur and myself and Luzinski and Bainsey, of course.
Talking about Bainsey, I have to be impressed with Bainsey this spring. What about you?
Bainsey's always impressed me. Boy. You know, he only ended up hitting .255 last year, which is a little unbelievable when I looked at the final stats, because he always wore us out when I played for the Red Sox. But I do believe that he's one of the young super talents of the game.
Bernazard at second base was another guy that I really was happy to see the way he played in spring training and hit well.
And don't forget, he can run well too.
Yes, he can.
He can run well. If he can catch the ball, he can play every day for this team. And I think that Tony La Russa's happy that we've improved ourselves in that area.
I think too that Cruz being hurt though might give Allman a shot, and he's an experienced infielder, might be able to play a lot.
He's got experience, and not just at shortstop. He's played a little bit of third base, some second base, and if the need be, he could play first base. So I think he can play all the infield positions, and him being that versatile is going to make him very valuable to this team.
Are you scared today?
No, I'm not scared. I've just got about 8,000 butterflies running around in my stomach, but it's going to be strange.
From Fenway Park, Boston, our Chicago White Sox meet the Boston Red Sox. This is Harry Carey, Jimmy Pearsall, and Joe McConnell with us also. This is the beginning of the 1981 baseball season, and what an exciting year it promises to be. Look what the weatherman has done for us already, for example. Can you believe 75 degrees in Boston on the 10th day of April? Remarkable. A capacity crowd. The lineups are just being introduced now by the PA man. Ron LaFleur leading off in left field. Mike Squires at first base. Now let's pick up the, listen to the reaction to Carlton Fisk's name. Mesa, Ron LaFleur, Mike Squires, Carlton Fisk, and I'm happy to report, as you hear, you might detect a fan or two, but he's getting a standing ovation. A boo or two, 36,000 cheers. There's Greg Lazinski, the DH. Lemon in center, Baines in right, Morrison at third, Bernazard at second, Alman the shortstop. Britt Burns will be the starting pitcher, shaking hands with his teammates. There he is. There are the Chicago White Sox. Now the Boston Red Sox. Listen. Houk gets a fine hand. This is something different already. Whenever Zimmer was introduced, he'd get booed. Ralph Houk is being cheered by this entire crowd. Dwight Evans in right field. Leading off. Dave Stapleton at second base.
First appearance here in the Red Sox uniform.
Joe Rudy in left field. Here's Jim Rice. Yastrzemski's had back
base,
spasms.
Batting fifth.
In tracks in the last 2 days.
Tony Perez.
At first base, their big RBI man, Tony Perez. Barney Lansford, playing for the first time as a member of the Red Sox. At third base, batting sixth. Glenn Hoffman will be the shortstop, filling the shoes of Carlton Fisk. Gary Allenson, the catcher. In center field, the brother-in-law of Carlton Fisk, Rick Miller. And the pitcher getting ready out in the bullpen, Eckersley with the long shoulder-length hair. He says it helps him hide his sinker. A lady is going to throw out the first baseball today. Her name is Stony Stone. What's curious about this lady is that she wants to throw the ball to Carlton Fisk, who's no longer a member of the Boston Red Sox. She's a great Fisk fan, and she almost turned down the honor of tossing out the first ball because they tried to explain to her that Carlton Fisk would be on the other side of the field. And with that out of the way, play ball.
Harry, Dennis Eckersley, boy, what a year he had last year for him. The first losing season, he was 12-14, but overall, he's 89-64. And against the White Sox overall, he has won 6 and lost 4. Last year, he was 2-1. He's tough. He struck out lifetime 900 batters and only walked 340, so he can be awfully tough.
All right, here we go. The first pitch of the season. Ron LaFleur in the batter's box. Fastball low inside. LaFleur, who had 257 last year with 4 homers, 39 runs batted in. That was at Montreal. Eckersley swung and he missed. That evens the count of the ball and a strike. The wind is blowing towards the right field stands. Will help left-handed batters a little bit. 64 degrees, they say. Swung and he missed the sinking fastball.
Eckersley is real tough on right-handers. He comes sidearm, underarm. He kicks that leg high. He's hard to pick up. Left-handers have pretty good luck, but right-handers chase him a lot because they're not used to following that kind of a pitch.
Ron LaFleur, who hasn't seen Dennis Eckersley for a couple of years. There you see Old Glory starch towards right field. Slider missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, he has kept everything away from LaFleur.
Certainly has. And watch that catcher, Allison. He really gets down low because he wants him to keep that ball down and outside.
2-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit. That's a way to start the season. LaFleur battled him hard, went to 2-2, and drilled a single into right.
Boy, and he is really tough. Eckersley has a terrible move to first base, Harry, so we might see some action here right away.
Well, as soon as LaFleur gets on, the ball game starts. Well, we want to welcome our producer here, Dick Flanders, who used to work with us a few years back. Been away, enjoying all the luxuries of studio work the past couple of years. Now we got him out here where the real people are. And
Harry, he hollered at me all day.
here's a throw to first, runner back. And we're so tickled to death to have a chance to send our White Sox telecast your way by way of one of the great stations of the world, the Superstation Channel 9. Dan Picara, great White Sox fan. Jack Jacobson.
Harry, you know they call him Coach over there?
Yeah, well, we call everybody Coach. So
Sure.
we'll get along with him, all right.
Sure.
Jake Finley, the old Northwestern basketball flash. Joe Antella.
Squires is going to try to pull if he can.
Here's the pitch. Strike call. Runner on at first base. Ron LaFleur, who last year stole 97 bases in the National League.
You know, he's been bothered with a hamstring pull, so he might not be going.
I have a feeling he'll go.
All right.
Now the stretch. Eckersley ready. There's a throw. Hey, he draws a bad throw. He'll wind up at second base. And now had he been heading the other way, they would have given him third. But since he's going back towards first, they'll only give him the one base.
You know, you said the right thing when you said the game starts when he gets on first base. He creates a lot of errors, and that's what he's going to do. Watch this move now. He doesn't have a good move. And I don't see he throws quickly, but he doesn't have a good one. He throws it a little bit wide, but it looks like...
Hey, that would have been a close play.
Looked like he should have caught that ball.
Wow. All right, we have a runner at second base. Nobody out. That play is ruled an error on Eckersley. Here's Squires now. Low outside. It's even more important now for him to hit the ball to the first base side, because if he does, we'll have a runner at third, only one out.
He's changed his delivery to left-handers. Lee Stang, the pitching coach for Boston, has got him shortening up on his pitching arm and just trying to flip it up there inside.
Squires takes a strike in the outside corner. Well, on Channel 9 this year, both the Cubs and the White Sox. I'm sure no other television station in the country can do that. 2 strikes and a ball. Come on, Spanky.
They won't know where to write their letters.
The pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. Well, that was the count when LaFleur singled to right. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You won't see LaFleur try to steal third with a left-hander up there, especially with nobody out.
One of our good friends, Ed Smith, Ted Martin, Ron Norman, all that gang down in Sarasota are watching down there today. 2-2 pitch. I got it, Jimmy.
I got it. Oh, right in the boot.
You can come out from under the
Boy, Harry, that poor lady over there lost her glasses. Well, I'd have caught that 20 years ago.
Well, nobody ever said coming into the ballpark and sitting in a special VIP suites was safe.
I want to tell you right now, Harry, that lady's scared. She wants to go home.
Looking at Jews would frighten her. There's Tony La Russa, the young manager of the White Sox. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Right back to the pitcher. Oh, they could have trapped him at second. But LaFleur gets back. Eckersley was afraid of maybe LaFleur duking him, as it were.
See, no matter if LaFleur's got a bad leg, he knows that he's going to scare a lot of people. As Carlin Fisk comes to the plate.
Listen to the reaction. Some boos, mostly cheers. Boy, just read his mind. I wonder what you... Look at it, standing ovation.
See, they're standing.
House. Some standing, some not.
You know, I said to Fisk, you don't have to be nervous. You can't get fired.
So here he is, the first time he has played against the Red Sox in the regular season. He's always been one of their stars. The pitch by Eckersley. Fastball inside, ball 1. Lazinski waiting on deck.
Harry, I asked him about facing Eckersley. Do you think it'll help him because he caught him so much? He said, no, it's altogether different when you stand up at the plate and catch.
1 ball, no strikes. Fisk, who hit .289 with 18 homers last year. LaFleur lead. Slider in there, beauty, a strike call. And Eckersley got that ball up on surprise. Fisk didn't pounce on it. Lazinski was really putting on a show in batting practice. Yesterday and again today. He's on deck. White Sox would like to get out in front. They bunch Fisk in center field. A pitch. Swung and he fouled it. He had a good cut.
Harry, you're right. He's keeping that ball up. That was a fastball that time that stayed up there. If he keeps doing that with the way the wind's blowing, he'll have to hit one out of here.
Joe Carneo coordinating our telecast back in Chicago. There's another old friend who worked with us for several years.
I miss him, Harry, doing my score sheet.
2 strikes and a ball. It's about time you work for a living. Long lead by LaFleur. He goes. Swung on a bouncing ball. Oh, I guess he couldn't take it with 2 strikes. He's an easy out at first base. LaFleur had third base stolen.
He certainly did. Very easy. He didn't show any occasion that his leg was bothering him then. But I think that Fisk was a little bit fooled at that pitch. He got a fastball the previous one. That time he got a high breaking ball, and he was way out in front.
Here is Greg Lazinski now with a runner at third, 2 out. Eckersley got both Squires and Fisk to tap back to the mound. Squires unable to advance the man. Here's the stretch, the pitch. Swings, and he fouls it back. Who do you think had the highest batting average against the Red Sox last year?
Jim Morrison?
The guy who isn't playing today, Lamar Johnson, 440. Runner at third base, 2 out. The pitch. He didn't mean to swing. The ball hits his bat, dribbles foul. He's in the hole, strike 2.
Harry, a great power hitter like Lazinski really will have trouble with Eckersley because he hasn't seen him before. He's got a different motion, and he's also got great stuff.
Greg Lazinski batting in the American League for the first time in his life. 2 strikes and nothing. The delivery. Slider barely missed outside.
Harry, you notice how he stands way up in front of the plate? He doesn't stand deep in the box. He stands away so he can get that sinker or breaking ball before it breaks.
2 strikes and a ball. Strike him out.
Sinker.
Boy, a great exhibition of pitching by Dennis Eckersley. And it is no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first, no score.
Britt Burns, 15 and 13 last year with a great ERA of 2.84. What a rookie year. He stands 6'5". Young man is 218 pounds. He's 21 years old, and let me tell you, he has really matured. He made 32 starts last year. He completed 11. He had 2 relief jobs, pitched 238 innings. His strikeout record was pretty good, 133 strikeouts, and he only walked 63. He won 1 and lost none in 1980 against the Red Sox. Fastball, curveball, slider change. He'll change speeds. So it's going to be quite a pitching duel, I believe, today.
There we go with Dwight Evans to lead it off. He had 266 last year with 18 homers. During his career, he's hit 261 against the White Sox. He's the kind of guy to hurt you with a long ball. And they moved him up into the leadoff spot this year. And he's been doing a good job of drawing bases on ball.
Harry Houck said he'd like to start off 1-0 once in a while. And he's moved him up from 8th and 9th position where he hit all last year.
So here's Dwight Evans. And the first pitch by Britt Burns. Right down the middle of beauty, a strike is called. Britt Burns is 21 years old. Now the delivery. That evens the count, a ball and a strike. A jam-packed ballpark. Straight away they play Evans. Curve a little high, ball 2.
Better get that pitch down, young man, and he'll hit it up in the net.
Burns walks off the rubber. You notice before he went to his mouth, he made sure he was off the mound. Because if he's still on the mound, he's penalized by a ball being called. Fouled it back. He's evened up 2-2.
They're giving him a lot of left field. In left center field now is LaFleur. Straight away and over towards right center is Lemon, and Baines is playing straight away. And as Harry says, he can hit this ball out of right field because he's strong.
There's the old major, Ralph Houck, for years manager of the Yankees, then other clubs, now with the Red Sox. 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. Come on, don't walk the leadoff man. 3 balls, 2 strikes. When you got to lay the ball in there, it's right down Evans's alley. 3-2 pitch. Fouled it back and out of play.
Boy, he's showing you how much stuff he's got. With a 3-2 count, Evans couldn't even pull that ball, so it must be really moving away and down.
Holy cow, it's great to start another season.
Can't beat the fun at the old park, huh, Coach?
I'll say you can't, especially under perfect weather conditions. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch. Popped it up. He ought to be taken care of. Squires in foul territory. 1 away. Evans fouls to Squires.
Squires had his glasses on, but didn't put them down. He didn't need them. Sometimes you put the glasses down and you don't need it. It will hurt your vision.
Well, the White Sox a year ago lost to Baltimore 5-3 in their opener at home. And I was kidding Steve Trout, who was the loser in that game. I said, well, another opening day, and you're already 1 game ahead of a year ago. Because there's no way you can lose this game unless he relieves. Here now is Dave Stapleton, who is keeping a great second baseman on the bench because Stapleton's a right-handed hitter against Burns. Jerry Remy not playing. Curve, a dandy, a strike call.
I don't know, Coach. He's getting it high strike.
Yeah.
He better get that ball down. His fastball is really alive.
Hey, Jimmy, they fixed those windows in that insurance company over there.
Yeah, I gave him a few dollars to help him out.
Here's a strike to a good fastball. 2 strikes and nothing. Britt Burns.
Hey, weren't they popping out for
Yeah.
about a year or so?
They spend millions and millions of dollars. Britt Burns ready. Fly ball, short right, may drop. Baines now on the run, makes the catch.
Boy,
2
Harry,
up, 2 down.
Baines got a terrific jump on
Really,
that
yeah.
ball. Because it looked to me, and same to you, like it was going to fall easy, but Baines caught that ball head high.
Well, Bob Crombie, our good, not our good friend. I've never met him, but I feel like he's a friend because I see him on the tube a lot, book reviews and so forth. He's responsible for Britt Burns. Everybody remembers that story. Bob Crombie was passing through Birmingham, Alabama when he read the sports page and read about this kid, what he'd been doing in high school at Huffman High School with career with a ERA of 0.12. He had won 35 and lost 2 during his high school career. Gave up only 30 hits and only 30 walks and 292 strikeouts in 139 innings. So he scribbled a little note on the write-up and he sent it to Bill Veeck. And Veeck dispatched a scout to watch the kid. Here he is in the big leagues. There's a strike ball.
I talked to Ken Silvestri about it. He was the scout that they assigned.
Down there?
Yeah. He said, I signed him.
That was only in '78. Now here we are, 81. He's a full-fledged star.
And
Joe Rudy, the batter, a good hitter, making his debut with the Red Sox.
Bothered by injuries the last 3 or 4 years and really not been able to play a full season.
2 strikes and nothing to count. Fastball outside.
Harry, just see Fisk that time move the ball out. That's good catching, boy. I like to see a catcher move around.
I like Rudy's batting stance. Watch how he stands.
See him
The
choke?
rear end of the batter's box.
Hey, young players now. See him choke up with 2 strikes on him. He don't go way down the end of the bat. He's just trying to protect the plate now.
What's wrong with that? Everybody is walking off the field.
Boy, come on, Springstead.
Marty Springstead,
Boy, oh
he must
boy.
not have seen it.
You know what he did? He wasn't looking for a breaking ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, the umpire.
Marty Springstead, an executive on with a bank during the wintertime.
That's his problem.
I never put my money in his bank. after
Boy,
that
I'll tell you, that call, everybody on the field was moving but him.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 3.
Boy, he had him 2 strikes and no balls, and now he's got to come in there with a fastball.
And Carlton Fisk is talking to Springstead back over his shoulder.
I think Springstead knew he was wrong because usually if a catcher does that, he chews him out mercifully.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Joe Rudy. Be careful, don't groove one to this guy. Ball 4, a little low, and again, Britt Burns does a dance on the mound.
You know, Harry, with a full crowd, and I firmly believe this, and you're at home, and I found this as a hitter, the umpire don't deliberately give you this pitch, but for some reason it seems to go the other way.
Watch the replay on that pitch. Well, might have been a little low, just barely. There's Jim Rice. Hit .294 last year with 24 homers and 86 ribbies, and they said he had a terrible year.
He had a broken hand, didn't he?
Yeah. Slices it foul into the mezzanine box seats.
I got to believe if I'm the center fielder right now, and the way this ballpark is anyways, you might as well play over in right center because Burnsy's turning that ball over and they're fouling to the right. If you play in left center, if the ball's hit hard, you ain't going to catch it anyways.
1 strike and nothing. Jim Rice.
Is he strong? Don't make a mistake.
Curveball a little bit inside. Rice, you know, many times, several times, has broken the bat while swinging it before he even hits the ball. The snap of his wrist. That's how strong he is. He's already hit 196 homers in about 6 years. Change of pace high.
Jim, remember Jim Gentile?
Yeah.
I used to see him swing at a pitch and he'd backlash himself and break his bat on his back.
So he has averaged about better than 30 homers a year for 6 years. He'll go over the 200 mark this season. 2 balls and a strike on the dangerous right-hand hitter, Jim Rice. There's a broken bat. Base hit. A runner will go to third. Baines up with the ball. Runners at first and third, 2 out. Rice busted his bat as he singled to right.
All this action is caused by the umpire missing that 3rd strike. And as I said, he's thrown the ball hard, Burns, and broke that bat on an inside pitch. Now watch this pitch. Right in on his fist. And he gets a little looper.
Jim Rice, one of the highest paid players at $700,000 a year. Here now is their great RBI man. Last year he drove in 105 runs, 25 homers.
You know, Harry, all ball players like to get that first hit of the season. Rice is tickled to death with it.
Here's a dangerous right-hand batter now. Runners at first and third. Rudy, the runner at third. Rice at first. Strike on the outside corner to me. 1 strike and nothing. 2 men on.
Harry,
2 men out.
You notice last year Burns was always tougher in the stretch. He throws good.
I wish there was somebody else batting, though. This guy's Mr. RBI. A little wide, that evens it. A ball and a strike. He's pitching him away. And that's no weakness of Perez, who hits the ball to right field, right center, and left center very well.
Boy, look at the gap in right center. This outfield from center to right foul line is awfully big.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, what a rip he has.
Better get that ball down.
And now he's ahead of him, 2 strikes and a ball.
See what happens when the umpire doesn't give you that low pitch, then you got to come up and you get in trouble.
We have an off day tomorrow. The teams will be working out. The final game before we return home will be Sunday. It will be Sunday afternoon. No television Sunday. Our next television will be next Friday afternoon against the Red Sox. There'll be no television of the Tuesday, Wednesday openers. Hey, struck him
Bad
out.
ball.
He chased a bad ball. So it is no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left at the end of 1. No score. No score. Leading it off will be Chet Lemon. Batted .292 last year.
Well, both clubs got a man at third but didn't score.
Mame and Bob Byrne from Glen Ellen are here. Tom Durer, Mike Healy, Brendan O'Sullivan. Shore and the Irish are here today. Wire from Tom Peklansky from Whiting, Indiana. Great Sox fan. Here's Lemon. He was going to bunt. Strike is in their call.
Boy, Carney Langsford was way deep and way off the bag at third. Lemon didn't have a good year against the Red Sox last year. He had .211 and only drove in 2 runs. He didn't hit any home runs at Fenway Park.
Tom and Susan Elam, formerly of Park Ridge, are here. Hey, had a cut and miss. Boy, Eckersley looks very sharp.
Oh, yeah. They tell me this spring he was good. His back bothered him a lot last year, and that's what gave him so much trouble. But he did get 30 starts.
So Lemon is in the hole, 2 strikes and nothing. Just barely missed with a slider. Lenzandro, who's a law student at Boston College, pulling for the White Sox here today. Ooh, hit him. Chet Lemon, who leads the team almost every year in being hit by pitch balls, with a count of 2 strikes and the ball, was hit by a pitch, and we have a leadoff man on again.
Watch this ball follow him. The target is inside. Now watch. He turns it over, and it just keeps coming at him. I think it hits him in the leg. Inside leg. Yes, it did. His right leg.
They're looking at his arm.
I thought it hit his leg.
Putting on his glove. Herman Schneider comes out. Look at these svelte-like figure of Herman Schneider. Remember how heavy he was last year? He went on a terrific diet, and he's lost 65 pounds.
Well, he is amazing. He does a lot of jogging, too. On the plane, you know how you eat that junk all the time?
But he doesn't seem as funny as he used to be.
No, he's very
serious.
serious.
He lost his sense of humor now.
But he wants to say hello to his wife, and he'll be home Sunday night.
He's a great fellow,
yes,
and a wonderful trainer, and he does have a great sense of humor, a likable young man. And
Harry, the big thing he gets is the respect of the players.
here's Harold Baines. Baines, he hit .255 as a rookie last year with 13 homers. Here's a guy who's liable to pull that ball into the corner. Lemon, the runner at first, nobody out. Eckersley ready. He's shorting up as if to bunt. The ball pops out of the catcher's glove. Lemon cannot advance.
Harry, you were here watching batting practice yesterday. I think Baines put on a show as good as you can to hit the ball over the right field fence. He hit it out here about 15 times. And it is...
How about Lazinski?
Yeah, but I mean, it's 380 and 420. It's only 300 feet down that line.
Yeah, but look how high that fence is.
I hit him out of here. I'm talking about what this kid
Look out, Chet.
Lazinski could hit him out of here with a fungo, you know.
He could blow it out of here.
That's right.
Eckersley ready. Strike called over the outside corner. Eckersley getting good location with most of his pitches.
Baines in spring training hit the ball to left field a lot. In fact, he hit a home run over the left field fence about 400 feet on a line in Sarasota.
2 strikes and a ball. He's in the hole. There's a long drive, but it's foul.
Woo.
Deep in the right field.
Hit the roof.
Against the facade.
It's a roof.
That's the facade of the roof.
That's a
Jimmy.
sexy name, huh, Harry?
No, that's the edge.
Oh, the edge.
That
I
panel.
see. Okay.
Now, if it's on top of the roof.
But I'll tell you what, he hit it. He hit it a mile.
But it's still a foul ball, no matter what you call it. 2 strikes and a ball. Ooh, he had a good cut. But he fouled it back. He was really pulling that pitch. It was a little bit inside, and his bat was well out in front.
Harry, what I've noticed about him in spring training, he is steady up at the plate. Last year, he'd move around a lot with his hands. Now he just stands there steady and swings right from where he's standing. Now watch how steady he is.
The pitch. High pop fly. That's going to stay in play. The shortstop, Hoffman, the wind blowing it, and everybody is safe. They misplayed the ball. Hoffman thought he was under, and the wind was blowing it the other way, and it dropped in short left for a hit. Runners at first and second, and nobody out, and it's an ill wind that doesn't blow somebody some good.
Well, watch this. He starts over for it, and well, you see now, he's going to go as hard as he can to the line, but now the ball starts to blow back, and he's nowhere near it. Watch this. You know, Harry, they talk about this and that. When you lose a Burleson who knows his ballpark like a back of his hand, and you lose a Lynn in center field and a Fisk, you got to believe you are really hurting.
Boy, you got to give Lemon a lot of credit, too. A lot of times on a routine pop fly that everybody assumes is going to be caught, the runner doesn't go very far down the line. Just holds up at first base.
Oh.
There's the ball. What a lousy bunt. And pop to the pitcher, Eckersley. Oh, man.
Well, Harry, you know, Jim last year did a terrific job bunting. He had something like 13 out of 15 bunt hits and could lay the ball down. He just got a tough pitch up and in and didn't take it.
So now we have 1 out, runners at first and second, and here's Tony Bernazard making his American League debut. On another play on the bloop hit by Baines that Hoffman lost in the sun or misplayed in the wind or whatever. Lemon went almost all the way down to second base, and thus he was able to reach there without a force play being made. Bernazard, who hit .224 from Montreal last year.
Had a great spring, hit over 340.
The delivery. Over the outside corner to Nia, strike call.
A left-handed batter has got to look for that ball away. If he throws it inside, he generally moves him away from the plate.
He's a switch hitter batting left-handed against Eckersley. Strike call.
Boy, Burns couldn't get that pitch. Look at Bernazard. He's talking to him about it a little bit. But you're on the road, son. Swing that bat.
2 strikes and nothing. Runners at first and second. Ground ball. The play is to second base for a force out. Bernazard forces Baines. Staple in the Huffman. Puts it up to Bill Ullman, who's playing because Todd Cruz has had a back ailment.
You know, Harry, he's done something, though. He's playing in place of Cruz and also in place of Pryor, who's been here for a couple of years.
So Bill Ullman did .263 in Montreal, 170 with the Mets last year. Originally broke in with San Diego as a bonus baby out of Brown University. The pitch. Low outside, almost a wild pitch. A good save by Gary Allenson.
He looked back to see where the ball went, and it was within his glove.
Outfield bunches the hitter, in center field not too deep anywhere. Ullman's got pretty good power. Oh, for a hit here. Started a swing, held up. Sliders in there for a strike call.
You notice the right-handed hitters, Harry, their body starts to move just as the pitcher starts his motion because he's got so much motion and his ball is quick.
So Hellman is in the hole. As Bobby Winkle's coaching at third. Swings and he misses strike 2. 2 strikes and the ball. Boy, he got that slider up high, and Ullman had a good cut but missed it.
Looks like both teams are having trouble today hitting that ball in a jam, and they're swinging at high pitches. Perez struck out on a very high pitch.
See the pitch he missed?
Yeah.
Struck him out swinging. So again, the White Sox miss an opportunity. No runs. 1 bloop hit. No errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Harry Carey back at Fenway as we go down to the bottom of the second. The Red Sox avoided trouble. Eckersley continues to pitch well. 1 game underway in the American League besides this one. At the end of 2, Kansas City and Baltimore tied up 2-2. There's Carney Lansford making his debut with the Red Sox. Slow curve foul down the right field line.
Harry, I predict that this young man will do very well in Fenway Park. He is a good hitter. He hits the ball a lot to right center. When you throw him breaking stuff, he'll pull it. But he's the kind of a hitter that just looks to hit the ball where it's pitched. You got to pitch him down.
He had 15 homers for the Angels last year with 80 runs batted in. He's wearing glasses this year, something he didn't a year ago. Swings late. He's in the hole, strike 2. 2 strikes and nothing.
See, the flag is blowing right out to right.
Not too heavy, though.
Not too heavy, no. But the air is heavy.
Carney Lansford. Red hot hitter this spring for the Red Sox.
You
2
just
strikes to nothing. Fastball a little bit inside.
You just tapped me on the shoulder a moment ago and said you can forget spring training.
Yeah,
when you can play that championship season, it's all going to different.
Yes, it is. Lansford's only 24. Big kid. Swings and he pops a foul back.
Well, I'm impressed with Burns' fastball. He has not had anybody pull the ball to the left side yet.
2 strikes and the ball. White Sox at home next Tuesday afternoon against the Milwaukee Brewers. And seats are still available 11 in center field.
Hit him right
Wow.
on the fist. Good pitch. Hey, Harry, I like that free parking. Tell me where that lot is. I want to go over there.
That's at the International Amphitheater.
Oh.
For free.
For free.
All you do, go over there at 42nd and Halstead on opening day, park your car for free, and then get a free bus ride over to the ballpark. And then when you return, you do the same thing. It doesn't cost you a nickel.
Maybe you and I can get a concession over there.
Here's the pitch, and it's a little high to Glenn Hoffman. He hit 285 last season. His dad sang the national anthem.
This young man has got a big role with his ball club, and he's played third.
But he's originally a shortstop. Strike call. That ball handcuffed Fisk.
He's throwing hard and keeping the ball down. That time, Springstad, the umpire behind the plate, gave him that strike.
One out. Glenn Hoffman, the batter. Fastball barely missed outside.
You know, you wonder right now, though, if Burns throwing so hard so early, will he have anything later?
Well, that's what bullpens are for.
I guess so, yeah. But I'm just curious to see. Let's see how far he can go with this kind of stuff. He's throwing hard.
Strike two called over the outside corner.
As you would say, Harry, he's young, he's good looking. He's single.
He's still single. That makes him smarter than a lot of people I know.
Boy, Harry, that's the truest thing you've ever said to me.
The pitch. Hey!
Curveball.
Struck him out on a bad curveball. Good from Burns' standpoint. Bad from the standpoint of whether it's a strike or not.
Here
And
you'll see
Hoffman goes down swinging.
Now watch. Picture tells itself right here. Real bad.
That's where Hoffman is saying right now, why did I swing at that?
Yeah, I'll get him next time, though.
Strikeout number 2 for Burns. Here's Gary Allenson.
The fans trying to help Allison out because they know he's got to fill Fisk's shoes, and he's got a big job ahead of him, too, like Hoffman.
Minnesota got 3 in the first against Oakland, lead 3-1 at the end of 1. There's the strike at the knees. That's Rick Langford for Oakland and Erickson for Minnesota. Larry Gura for Kansas City, Steve Stone for Baltimore. They're tied 2-2 at the end of 2. Swung and he missed strike 2. California at Seattle later. The 2 games in the National League on this date, Cincinnati at Atlanta, San Diego at San Francisco are tonight.
Allison, generally a pretty good pull hitter, has got our infield around towards third.
I don't know if he'll pull Britt Burns the way he's throwing. Just missed outside.
How about that Fisk? I love to watch him work. He just keeps his target down. He's way down as far as he can get, and he moves that pitcher around.
2 strikes and the ball. Gary Allenson. Stocky right-hand hitter. Oh, what was wrong with that?
You know what, Harry? I believe if Fisk moves inside and he got that ball back of him and it was over this plate, the umpire is thinking the ball is a ball because he's out inside.
Marty Springstead
having a very
tough
good
time.
game. One thing he isn't is a homer.
2-2 pitch. Struck him out.
Twice.
A curveball. Allenson called out on strike. 1-2. Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall at Fenway Park, Boston. The first 2 innings beautifully pitched. Dennis Eckersley for the Red Sox. Britt Burns for the White Sox. And the emphasis has been on the pitching. The White Sox have had the better chances to score. They had the first 2 men on with nobody out in the second inning after getting man to second with nobody out in the first, but weren't able to score. Key play in that second inning, Morrison trying to sacrifice the men along, popped the ball to Eckersley in the air, and the next 2 men were out easy. You know, you might say, well, what's the difference if he did pop the bunt up? The next 2 guys didn't do anything. But you don't know what would have happened if there were runners at second and third and that pitcher's has a little more pressure on him.
That's it right there. A lot of times I hear that saying, you know, or if a guy says, suppose the guy gets a base hit and the next guy doesn't do this, and then the guy gets, you never know. The pitcher's the guy with the pressure. He's the guy when there's men on second and third that thinks differently.
So we go down to the top of the 3rd inning, and here's Ron LaFleur, who started the season with a base hit to right.
Ooh.
Almost got hit. Sinking fastball low.
LaFleur with 2 strikes got that base hit. He looked terrible on 2 breaking balls and then hit a fastball away from the right field for a base hit.
Now Eckersley's pitch. Good fastball on the outside corner, breaking fastball.
Well, I'm glad I'm hitting Eckersley up here. I think he is tough on right-handers.
A ball and a strike, the pitch. Strike 2 over the inside corner. And
Boy.
LaFleur doesn't like that call.
Springstad, you are really inconsistent. I think he'd like to retire, Springstad. This game is very boring to him.
2 strikes on the ball. Stop.
There's
Him
that
out
hook.
swinging. That's the 3rd strikeout for Eckersley.
Here you'll see it right here. Good breaking ball. Right outside, a slider. Swung over the top of it. Might have been a ball.
Here's Mike Squires. Squires is up in the 1st inning with a runner at 2nd and nobody out. He wanted to pull the ball, but he tapped it back to the pitcher, and LaFleur had to hold it 2nd.
If he's going to hit 2nd, Harry.
There's a high pop foul being chased. Allenson on the run. Oh, we
Should've
can't
had
make the
it.
play. Made a good effort.
I think he felt he was too close to the dugout, but he wasn't that close. Now watch this play.
You see, Jimmy, Squires isn't really a pull hitter.
No, you can't. He can't hit 2nd. No way he can hit 2nd, because even if he's going to hit there, then he's got to learn to drag, especially against a tough pitcher. He is not a pull hitter. He's a left center, left field hitter. The only time he'll pull anybody is with mediocre stuff. He hit a home run here last year. I don't know who it was off of, but it was the only home run he hit, and it was off a pretty curveball. He said, a lousy curveball.
Fastball high. Pretty good hitter, though.
We're not saying he's a lousy hitter or he won't get base hits. What we're saying is that 2nd slot has got to have somebody to hit it behind the runner at 1st.
A ball and a strike. Inside an eye. This is WGN, Television 9, Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
You bet your life. Boy, am I glad to be employed by Channel 9.
Yeah, all your ex-wives can hear you now.
They can see me now. 46 states, Harry.
The alimony's going up.
All those girlfriends of mine, I think I died. They'll know where I am.
3 balls and a strike. No, all those old girlfriends of yours are old enough to have died already. High pop foul. I got it, Jimmy. Don't worry about it.
I almost had it, Harry.
Hey, I could have had it with the net.
Net. Sure, where's the net?
Hey,
with the net.
We should have the portable net around.
Well, I had that well judged, Harry. Look through the sunglasses and everything.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Hey, I heard all about that sensational catch you made the old
You didn't know that, Harry, huh?
Sure, I knew about it. How could I help but know about it? You only told me 110 times.
You can catch it. You can catch it on a competitor network.
Ball 4, that's the first walk. Here's Fisk now. Come on, Pudge, hit one out of here.
Harry, we worked a lot on getting good leads in spring training with Davey Nelson, and I noticed it's going to help our club. We may see a few guys get picked off, but I think it's going to keep us more alert. And, of course, Pinson at first base is more alert as a first base coach, too.
He was a great ball player.
Oh, boy, one of the greatest.
And so when he tells these young guys something, they got to listen. He's got the credentials. Here's the pitch. A little bit inside. Carlton Fisk.
With this, the way he bends over the plate, most pitchers in the league try to pitch him in. But they better not make a mistake and get it out over the plate. He likes breaking stuff. I got to say he's a breaking ball hitter with that kind of a stance.
Now Eckersley's pitch. Oh, right in there. Fisk, 33 years old, broke in with the Red Sox in '71.
This started spring training rather late, but seemed to be coming around his last 5 games. And there's his son right there. He runs the team now, that youngster.
That's inside. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out, 1 on. We're in the 3rd inning. No score.
Boy, he went down that right field line and he'll score.
Mike Squires, a pretty good base runner. Carlton Fisk looking at Bobby Winkles. There goes the runner. Popped it up. Now let's see what happens. Hey, it may drop again. It does. They butchered the play up. Here's a runner trying from 3rd. Oh, he's out. Hoffman recovered the ball.
Boy, that's terrible base running. No excuse for that, Harry. You got to wait until that ball is caught so you don't get much of a jump. You're still. You got to be moving on a ball like that that may fall in down the line. Watch this now. The wind again. gives the third baseman, who is new here, and the shortstop new playing. Now watch what happens. Carney Langsford gives up on the ball. Now watch. Here comes Rice. He should catch the ball, and it bounces off his glove. Right there.
But Hoffman, give him credit. He hustles to his feet.
Yes,
He's
does.
looking for the ball.
Now watch the pitcher, I believe, takes this ball and tags him out easy. He's out by a mile.
By a mile is
That's
right.
terrible base running. And he did that in Florida, too, Harry. They got to get some heads-up base running.
Here's Lazinski. He swings and he fouls it back.
Boy, we have 2 breaks in this ball game and have not taken advantage of one yet.
Lazinski, the batter, a runner at first, 2 out. That's a second hit that should have been an easy pop fly out that's dropped. So the White Sox have 3 hits. But 2 of them have been pop flies. Boy, a good slider at the knees.
Harry, anytime a fly ball is hit over the infield and it's just behind the infield and it's having trouble with the infielders, you're lucky to just move up a little bit to watch because you're standing still. Then if the ball drops, you might as well just stay there because it's suicide.
I guess he thought the ball had rolled farther away from Hoffman. Hey, struck him out swinging.
I'll bet he thought nobody was covering third because the pitcher covered and tagged him out.
So it is no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We move into the bottom of the 3rd, no score. Rick Miller. The curve is inside.
This guy is definitely a left field hitter, so they're bunching him towards left and giving him all of right field.
Eckersley has struck out 4 in 3 innings. Fred Burns has fanned 3 in 2 innings.
Boy, big strikeouts too, Harry, in every inning.
He got Lazinski twice. There's a high pop fly. Let's see what happens on this one. Hey, they let the ball drop. Somebody should have caught it.
You know, what's happening, these new players on both ball clubs have got to get used to each other. That ball's got to be caught, especially where he was playing. He was playing shallow on him and just gave up because he thought somebody else was going to take it, LaFleur.
And Bill Allman thought LaFleur would catch it. It's opening day, and I think everybody's got the jitters. One encouraging note about the White Sox, they have 3 hits and shouldn't have any. So you got to figure that some legitimate hits are going to be coming their way as we go along. No, they should have 1 of the 3. LaFleur hit a line drive to right.
Yes.
The other 2 are high pop flies on the infield that should have been caught.
I just don't like to see a ball club that wants to get going and make them kind of mistakes we're making.
Hey, struck him out. A good curveball. Strikeout number 4. Great pitching. Here's Evans, the leadoff man. Look at that curveball right in there.
Look at Harry. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters so far, and nobody's hit the ball on the left side off a burn.
There's Dwight Evans, 1 out. Eddie Einhorn is the president of the Chicago White Sox. And he's a general partner along with Jerry Reinsdorf, who's the chairman of the board. There's a line drive, right field. Baines coming over.
Nice
Makes
jump.
the catch nicely, just like plucking cherry.
Boy, I want to tell you, that ball was hit like a rope, hooking away. And Baines, who I said in spring training, showed me that he has really improved. And I think it's maturity, Harry, more than anything else.
Well, you know, he was force-fed last year. We didn't have anybody, and they brought him up a year or 2 before he should have been up. He's only 21 years old, 22 now, Baines.
Remember the first game against Baltimore? He dropped 2 balls. I was frightened to death.
2 men are out. Here's Dave Stapleton. All game in the 3rd. Kansas City out in front of Baltimore 3-2 at the end of 3. And Oakland has tied Minnesota 3-3 at the end of 2. See where Minnesota set an all-time opening day record. Better than 42,000 yesterday.
That's usually about 2 weeks' work for them, isn't it?
Everybody broke records yesterday, it seemed like.
Is New York the biggest?
Yeah, they set an all-time record, 55,000.
Boy, how about Bobby Mercer hitting a pinch hit home run in the 7th with the bases drunk?
I'll bet you that Don Zimmer wakes up screaming Bucky Dent in the middle of the night. Bucky just he hit another 3-run homer off him yesterday. Now Zimmer's with the Rangers. The first scoring for the Yankees was Bucky Dent's 3-run homer.
And you know, he didn't hit a blooper like they said he hit here. He hit a line drive in left center field in New York, and that's a long poke.
2 men are out. 3 balls, no strikes on Dave Stapleton. Walked him on 4 pitches. That's not like Britt Burns.
Fisk going to the mound to tell the young man he's pushing the ball a little bit and throwing up straight. And if you notice, Byrne always overemphasizes when he follows through, and if he stands up a little bit, he loses control. He don't walk many. He struck out 133 last year and only walked 63. And for a rookie, that was super.
The smallest opening day crowd of all yesterday was 33,000 in Seattle. The Cubs were next lowest with 37. All the rest drew 40 and better.
Harry, 33,000 in Seattle is a lot of people. You have to give them away to get them in there.
Here's Joe Rudy, a dangerous hitter. He walked his first time.
But they have some players that might excite some people, Harry. Like
Fisk and Burrows. Burrows hit a homer yesterday, but they got beat. Curve blowing inside, ball 1.
The last time up, he had Rudy struck out a couple of times, so Fisk thought, and then he walked him. Then Rice singled to right on a broken bat hit, but he struck out Perez to get out of the inning.
Remember that uniform designing contest that's just gotten underway?
Harry, I want to see you in one of those designing uniforms.
I'm going to be one of the judges.
No, I want to see you wear it.
Oh, I did that already.
Did you really?
There's a strike call. Last year, Phil Risotto wore one for the Yankees, and Jack Buck for the Cardinals, and me for the White Sox. All designed by named designers. Halston, De La Renta, or something like that.
Where'd you do that, in New York?
In New York, yeah.
But did they have a pouch for you?
I noticed one thing. They had those loose pants, you know.
Oh, really?
Clam digger.
Oh.
Just like the White Sox usually.
I used to hate the pants we used to have because the elastics were so tight that would stop the circulation. These uniforms that they wear are the best uniforms in the world. Not necessarily ours looking, but our uniforms wearing are excellent.
2 balls and a strike on Joe Rudy. Bottom of the 3rd.
Ooh,
Hey,
good hook.
He missed. He was way out in front on that. Britt Burns just fooled him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch.
I noticed the batting coach, Johnny Pesky, working with Rudy. You know, usually a veteran doesn't like to be bothered. But I noticed he listened to everything he said to try to pick up something that might help him.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, but here's LaFleur making the catch to retire the side. Well, while I have a moment here, I certainly want to wish Jack Brickhouse and Milo Hamilton and Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau, Jack Rosenberg and the gang with the Cubs, the greatest of seasons. And I know that they wish us the same. And I know it's going to be a great year here on Channel 9. Well, this is Harry Carey. I'm going over to the radio for a little while. Jimmy and Joe will be holding forth here. The score at the end of 3, well, both teams have what the little boy shot at.
The White Sox have been helped out a little bit by the elements here. A couple of pop flies that dropped in safely to shallow left field for hits, but they've not been able to score. Chet Lemon, his first time up, was hit by a pitch. Strike, a beauty on the outside corner. 0-2. Eckersley will really challenge that right-handed batter, and particularly a hitter like Chet Lemon, Jimmy, who crowds the plate anyway.
If he's going to throw him a fastball, he's going to throw it inside. And then he wants him to chase that bad breaking ball. And something about the fans right now are a little bit mad about something. But Lemon can hit it out of here.
He has never hit a home run against the Red Sox in his career. He struck him out and made it look easy. That's 5 strikeouts for Eckersley. Britt Burns is notched 4.
I think these 2 pitchers have got the best stuff they could ever have. They're throwing hard. The first ball pulled off of Burns was the last time up when Rudy hit a line drive to left field. Baines, I'll tell you right now, he can do an awful lot with that bat, and he can hit a home run out of this park because the wind is really blowing to right now.
He takes the ball up and away. He would have hit one out of here had it not been for the wind earlier because it helped push it foul. Last year he hit a rope right around the foul pole, one of his 2 home runs against the Red Sox his rookie year. Pops this one up foul. Third base side. The wind may keep this one in play, and it does. And this time they handle it, and Lansford makes the catch on the warning track right in front of the Sox dugout.
Joe, I got to believe that Connie Langsford, who's been playing in California for a long time, the wind very seldom would blow in Anaheim. Now playing next to a new shortstop for him in Hoffman and a new left fielder, they're a little bit confused with the way the wind blows here, and they really done us a favor, but we have played El Stinko after we've gotten the hit.
Jimmy Morrison, who tried to get a bunt down and popped it up to the pitcher, Eckersley, his first time up, and Morrison generally one of the best bunters on the ball club, had 12 bunt singles last year. Good hard slider, belt high inside corner, 0-1. Eckersley looks razor sharp now. So he tired the first 2 batters here in the top of the 4th.
He shows no signs of a bad back.
Morrison rolls one out to the shortstop, Hoffman. Glenn throws in time, and the White Sox go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th inning. Midway through the 4th here at Fenway Park. No score. We got somebody heating up in the Red Sox pen, a left-hander.
Is it Tudor?
Yeah, Mark Tudor. Wonder if maybe Eckersley isn't stiffening up, stiffening up a bit.
I would like that very much.
Yes, so would I.
Very much, because we got a couple of right-handers sitting down in that dugout would like to hit.
John Tudor, a left-hander, heating up in the Red Sox bullpen.
Lazinski, if he got the worst break in his life, having to face Eckersley the first 2 times.
Here's Mr. Rice leading off the home half of the 4th for the Red Sox. He looped a single to right, the only hit so far off Britt Burns. There's that change-up curve and a beauty. Britt has changed up more today than I've ever seen before, and obviously Fisk is calling the shots here. He obviously knows his ball club very well.
He certainly does, and I was talking to him before the game, and he says, if they shake me off, that's all right with me. But he says, I know the hitters pretty well in both legs.
Fouled out of play. 2 strikes to count on Rice. Britt has walked 2, and he has fanned 4. And the only time, really, when he looked like his control might be a bit shaky was late in the previous inning when he walked Stapleton on 4 straight pitches and then got behind Rudy. 0-2 to Jim Rice, who last year did not fare well against the White Sox. He hit only .210 against us. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
You know what he did, Joe? He threw that ball by him and handcuffed him because he had a terrible swing. Maybe they'll show it again. I don't know. But we're just working on a feed. Now watch this.
Look at it.
Now watch the swing he has at this ball. He does not have a good swing. See it?
Up and in.
Yeah, funny cut. It fooled him. He had made up his mind to swing. When he saw it was inside, he couldn't change it.
Well, that's 5 strikeouts for each pitcher. Here's Perez, who struck out on a high fastball his first time up. Right down the pipe. 0-1. I don't know what he was looking for, but that was belt high, and it split the plate right in half.
His fastball, he turns over, and it's awfully tough to pull.
That time he goes with an off-speed pitch, gets it up. A ball and a strike.
He's 6'5", weighs about 218 pounds, Burns. He's only 21 years old. What a year he had last year, 15 and 13. And
think how tough he'll be when he grows up.
I saw one game they gave him 4 earned runs that would have even made his ERA lower that he shouldn't have had.
Another ball up and away. 2-1 to Perez. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 4th here in the 68th opening day at Fenway Park in Boston. No score.
Who's going to pitch the opener at home?
Ross Baumgarten.
All right. Ross due for some luck.
Tuesday afternoon, the opener against the Brewers. There's a strike. Good hard slider. 2-2.
You know why he's having trouble with that breaking ball? He's giving him the same motion that he throws the fastball, and he's looking for that fastball and not getting it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The outfield and the infield deep and around to the left for Perez, expecting him to pull. He feasted on Sox pitching a year ago, hit .439 with 4 home runs against the Chicago White Sox.
Oh.
Struck him out, foul tip, and Fisk couldn't hang on.
You know, as good as Burns is pitching, a lot of those fielders out there haven't touched a ball yet, and it's kind of nervous. The first game of the season, I haven't had a ball. Let me get one right away so I can get that over with. And if you don't think that doesn't bother a player, it does.
Britt normally does not strike out a lot of batters in the course of a ball game. He'll average about 4 over 9 innings.
I think his best was 8 against Kansas City last year.
8 Ks in one ball game. Dotson will get more. He had 9 twice last year, which was the single game high for the Sox. There's a drive to left center field. That's in the gap. Gets by LaFleur. Perez trying to make 2 on it. Throw coming in. Close play. He's safe.
Perez with not much speed, but a smart base runner, going as hard as he could go at his age, about 40 years old.
He went to the inside, and that made the
great
play,
hook
Jimmy.
slide. Most guys don't hook slide anymore, but this ball was hit hard enough. When you see Lemon, he gets over there in a hurry. Now watch how quick Lemon, it gets by LaFleur. Lemon comes over in a hurry. He picks it up and throws it right away. And good tag, but watch this hook slide now to the left.
The ball was actually there.
See, he just couldn't reach him.
Yep.
Good hook slide. Good try by Bernazard.
First extra base hit for either club this year. The Red Sox have their first scoring threat. Perez at second base with 1 out.
He had taken 2 curveballs, but that time he hit one.
Here's Carney Lansford, who flied to center his first time up in a Red Sox uniform. They're going to like him in Boston. He's an excellent defensive player at third.
And he's a
good hitter.
Great competitor, this kid. He can run down that line.
A ball just outside. Lansford ended the spring training schedule down in Winter Haven with a 14-game hitting streak. He had an off year, as most of the Angels did a year ago.
Joe,
But he's a great young star.
He had a shot of cortisone. What did he say it was for? His back or something?
I'm not sure.
Oh, his shoulder. That's what it was for.
Time is called. Ball 1 to count to Lansford. Perez perched on second with a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No score. Foul back. Boy, that pitch was up. Just about let her hide. He jumped after it, but couldn't get it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Himself hitting the fist. It looked so good to him. He tried to jack up on it and swung too hard and it hit him on the fist. And there you see Ralph Houck.
The major.
The major boy. I want to tell you, one of the best baseball men in the business.
And one of the nicer guys in the business. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Carney Lansford. Foul back. 1 and 2. Lansford, already an acknowledged star at age 24, beginning his 4th big league season. He was an instant success at California.
Boy, he and Yacht are really 2 young good players, aren't they?
Throw Castino in there.
Well, yes, but I don't think Castino has had the recognition.
No, he hasn't. And yet he had a sensational year a year ago. He led the Twins in just about every category. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lansford waits. Oh, my goodness.
Come on.
That looked like a knee-high fastball right
boy.
over the inside part of the plate.
And he
Lansford of the Red Sox got a break there. 2-2 the count.
Motioned to call him out, didn't he?
Look at Tony La Russa. He can't believe it.
Boy, this is terrible. Now, he's shaking his head back there, and he's second-guessing himself. I'll say one thing. Umpires some days can have bad days, and what a day to have one.
Well, it's been a shaky day so far for Springstead. Make no mistake about it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big break for Lansford and the Red Sox.
And I don't want any letters from old umpires because I don't care.
Foul back. Good fastball. 2-2 the count. 1 on, 1 out. Perez with a 1-out double in the gap to left center. The first extra base hit of the game and only the 2nd hit off Burns.
Full house. They are backed up way under the scoreboard in center field.
They said 34,000, but may have a few more stuffed in the nooks and crannies of this old ballpark.
I always wondered why they didn't put more boxes along that right field line.
The 2-2 pitch on the way. Struck him out on a bad ball. That was down and in. And we evened it up as Lansford gave it right back. Standing on a pitch that he needed a 9-iron to hit.
What a gutty pitcher Burns is. Now watch this pitch. This pitch is really bad. And watch him swing at this bad pitch. Way down and in.
6 strikeouts for Britt Burns.
Boy, he struck Hoffman out on that same pitch.
And here's Hoffman again. So far, he's had a rough debut, losing a couple of pop flies in shallow left. Fanning in his only at bat.
You know, I thought Rice could have helped him on that one.
Yes, the first one in particular.
Ooh, don't get it up there.
Just inside. Ball 1.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm such a fan today. I want to win this game so bad I can taste it.
Ball one, the count. Atanasio Perez. He'll be 39 next month. This is his 17th big league season. He has averaged over 90 RBIs a year and 7 times has driven in over 100. At 105 last year. Slap foul out of play.
I think his fastball today has got to be around 92 or 93, watching those right-handers swing at it. Because I know they're not guessing for a breaking ball and then swinging.
1 ball and 1 strike.
I'm getting the thrill of my life. I'm using Harry's mic.
Glenn Hoffman, just 22 years of age. Only played 5 games at shortstop last year. He has got a very large pair of shoes to fill.
I feel sorry for him because it is really a tough situation for this young man.
High fastball, 2-1. Britt turned it up on that one.
They tell me Remy may play a lot at shortstop too.
Well, I would expect Remy to play more at second base. You know, of all the great players the Red Sox have lost over the winter for a variety of reasons, I think Burleson, along with Carl and Fisk, are the 2 hardest to replace. Fisk for different reasons. But Burleson was really the heart of that ball club.
You know, Stapleton hit 321, and they don't want to get him out of the lineup.
Good pitch. Handcuffed him down and in. 2-2 the count.
You know how I described Burns' curveball today? A Whitey Ford's curveball. Down and in.
I have never seen his breaking ball more effective.
No.
Not at any time last year, and heavens knows he was impressive a number of times.
But I just don't like to see him having to strike out so many. It means he's throwing a lot of pitches.
2-2 pitch. Bouncer to the shortstop, Allman. This is his first try. Woo! Throws him out. Nice stretch by Squires, and the inning is over. No runs. A wasted 1-out double by Perez. Here's a look at some of the Red Sox bullpenners. Soupy Campbell, Bill Soupy Campbell. All enjoying the ball game out in the right field bullpen area. Eckersley has allowed 3 hits. He has struck out 5, walked 1, and hit a batter. Here's Bernazard. Tony bounced into a force play from Perez to the shortstop Hoffman, forcing Morrison his first time up, and he swings over the top of that sidearm sinker for a strike. I think that Baines, who was forced at second. Bernazard batting left-handed. Foul tips it at home plate. 2 strikes the count. Bernazard had a great spring with a bat. Somewhat unexpected as far as the Sox were concerned. He knocked in 16 runs, had a couple of homers, hit over 300 from both sides of the plate. Eckersley misses up and away with a fastball. 1-2 the count. Fouled away at the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tony Bernazard leading off the 5th inning for the White Sox. Now Eckersley wants a new ball. High pop-up. It's Hoffman's ball at short. Now they're calling him off, and it's Stapleton who makes the catch directly behind second base out in shallow center field, about 50 feet out on the outfield grass. 1 out. Here's Allman, who struck out with 2 on and 2 out in the 2nd inning. Bill Allman played with San Diego, Montreal, and the Mets in the National League, and this is his first American League game. Ball 1. Allman now 28, starting his 5th year in the bigs. Good range, 6 feet 3 inches tall. He bounces 1 to the third. Sacker Lansford up and throwing, 2 out. They haven't had too many ground balls to the infield today. Well, that's 6 in a row retired by Mr. Eckersley, and that'll bring up Ron LaFleur, who led off the ball game with a hit to right. advanced to second on the throwing error by Eckersley. Got as far as third, where he was left stranded when Luzinski struck out in the first inning, and then Ronnie himself fanned in the third. So he is 1 for 2. Good pitch inside corner, 0-1. The Kansas City Royals, defending Western Division and American League pennant champions, leading Baltimore 3-2 in the third at Baltimore. That's Gura against Stone. LaFleur fouls it away, 2 strikes. The A's tied the Twins with 2 off Roger Erickson in the second, and now they're in the bottom of the third at the Met, tied at 3 apiece. Erickson, not sure who's pitching for Oakland. Mike Norris threw a 5-hitter on opening day yesterday before a record crowd at the Met, 45,000. There's a tap past the mound. Booted by Stapleton. Way too late. He gets the ball to first base. That might be an infield hit. That was a tough chance. He had to charge it and make the perfect play to get LaFleur, who can really fly. Oh, they're giving Stapleton an error. We'll have another look at it. Now, had he made the play cleanly, it appeared he probably would have thrown him out. So that's the second Red Sox error of the ballgame. Now let's see if they send LaFleur. Eckersley really worked on him in the first inning until he threw one away. Squires is up. Spanky bounced back to the mound in the first. Finally worked to pass a walk off Eckersley in the third. And then was thrown out trying to go from first to third on Bain's pop fly single. LaFleur's got a big lead. There he goes. The pitch out is called for. Throw to second. Not in time. The first steal of the year. That was a close play. Boy, you're going to love seeing LaFleur run the bases for the White Sox this year. He is something else. 97 steals last year. Here's the throw. They called for the pitch out. Good peg by Allenson. LaFleur just beat the tag. First steal of the year for the White Sox. And now LaFleur is in scoring position with 2 outs. Squires has a chance to knock in the first run of the year if he can deliver here. Ball 2 just off the outside corner at the knees. Carlton Fisk on deck. 2-0 the count to Mike Squires, who had a sensational spring. Not only did he field with his normal brilliance, but he also hit over 400. That pitch is low and inside, almost untied his shoelace. 3-0. I'm not convinced that Squires can't be a 300 hitter. He makes good contact. As a hitter, he's a lot like the Cubs' former second baseman, Glenn Becker. There's a knee-high strike, 3-1. He'll move the ball around. He'll have to give himself up a few times for LaFleur. But generally, he's going to have plenty of opportunity to swing the bat on his own behalf. And if he can equal his average of a year ago or hit higher, he'll drive in a lot of runs, even in that number 2 position, because LaFleur is going to be in scoring position a lot of the time. 3-1 the count. There's that pop-up in trouble territory, shallow left. And this time, Hoffman makes the catch to retire the side. Too bad he couldn't have misplayed that one. No runs, no hits. Second Red Sox error leaves LaFleur on at second. 1 man left. We've reached the halfway point here at Fenway on opening day. Still no score. What? Well, the Red Sox will send up the bottom of the order. There's a look at Gary Allenson. He'll be followed by Rick Miller, and then the top of the order, Dwight Evans. Allenson struck out against Britt Burns his first time up. There's a beauty. Off-speed curveball dropped right over at the knees. Never at any time last year did Britt Burns have the breaking stuff that he has today and the off-speed deliveries. Up and away, a ball, 1-1. Allenson played more 2 years ago when Carlton Fisk had the arm problems. Allenson was forced Fed into the Red Sox lineup last year. He seldom had a chance to play behind a healthy Fisk, but he did manage a 3.7 average, a 3.57 average in 36 ball games with 10 runs batted in. Fastball, strike two, knee high, outside corner, 1-2 the count. A couple of Bo Sox pitchers, Steve Crawford and Mike Torres on the left. They'll be in the starting rotation. We got a couple of spring looks at both. Torres had an impressive spring, and Crawford looks like an outstanding young pitching prospect. Foul back. 1-2 the count rides for Allenson. Inside, he missed it. 2-2 the count. Carl Yastrzemski, 41 years of age, missing his first opener in 21 years today with a bad back. They'll work on him again tomorrow to hopefully get him ready for the second game here on Sunday afternoon. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out on a changeup curve, and Allenson waved at it. He was so far out in front of that pitch, he was on the wrong foot. Another look. That's 7 strikeouts for Britt Burns, and that matches his big league high. And we've got one down here in the 5th inning. With that 1 strikeout ball game against Kansas City last year. He might have gotten 8. Double check it. Miller slices one foul off to the third base side. He struck out against Britt Burns back in the 3rd. Britt had 133 strikeouts last year, tops on the Sox staff, but then of course he was tops in several categories. Innings pitched, complete games, victories with 15, and he had the 3rd lowest earned run average as a rookie in the American League at 2.84. Up and in that time. 1-1 to count. Pitch on the way to Rick Miller, the only left-handed hitter in the Red Sox lineup, but he takes a call strike, and he is unhappy with that call. Just a bit under the belt, inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burns has been masterfully moving the ball around at Carlton Fisk's beck and call today. Flirted with destiny a couple of times last year in his rookie year. Had a couple of no-hitters going into the middle late innings. Oh boy, that looked good. Just a bit inside. 2-2 the count. He's 1 off his major league high. He struck out 8 Royals on May 8th at Comiskey Park. And we're only in the 5th inning. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Just a bit high. Full count. 3-2. He had 2 full counts in the 1st inning. He walked Rudy after he thought he had him struck out twice. Then he walked Stapleton with 2 out in the 3rd on 4 straight pitches. So now he has a 3-2 count on Rick Miller. Here it comes, the payoff pitch. Slice foul out of play. Still 3-2. The Bulls will try to battle back against the Celtics tonight in Game 3. Their 2nd round NBA playoff series. The Celtics won 2 straight at the Boston Gardens here. Meanwhile, the Hub City in a state of shock as far as the National Hockey League playoffs are concerned. The North Stars, who had not won a game at the Boston Gardens in 14 years, have taken the first 2 in their 3 out of 5 series. 1 hopper hit right to the shortstop, Bill Allman. Throws him out. 2 down. Britt Burns, 21 years of age. Now makes his home in Birmingham. He was born in Houston. Here's Dewey Evans. Dewey is fouled out and lined to right. Well, the A's scored in the top of the fourth at the Met. They now own a 1-run lead, 4-3 over the Twins. In the bottom of the fourth at Baltimore, the Royals lead the Orioles 3-2. Larry Gura got the start in place of right-hander Denny Leonard, who was initially listed to open the season for Kansas City. Gura, an 18-game winner a year ago against last year's Cy Young Award winner, 25-game winner Steve Stone.
Come on, Joey.
Outside with the off-speed breaking ball. Ball one. There's a curveball strike, 1-1. Well, no matter what Britt accomplishes from this point on, this has been by far and away his most impressive outing the whole year. He was not that impressive down in Florida this spring. Ironically enough, it was a great spring training a year ago that got him a job. There it goes! Home run! Oh, did Evans get a hold of that one? Red Sox lead 1-0. It looked like he golfed the pitch and he hit it 50 feet over the screen. Great spring. He cranked out 6 down in Florida, and he hits the first home run of the year for the Red Sox. They have a 1-0 lead here in the fifth. Handshakes all around, and here's another look. He got that fastball right over the plate, belt high, and yanked it out of here. That's Evans' 9th career home run against the White Sox. And he has given his teammates a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Dave Stapleton, who has flied to right and walked. He is 0 for 1. Only the third hit surrendered by Britt Burns, and the first run is on the board. Fastball at the knees for a call strike. Now, one thing about it, there was no drama to that one. It was gone as soon as he hit it. Fouled away, 2 strikes. Well, Britt Burns has just allowed his first Fenway Park run. He pitched 6+ innings here last year in his only start against the Red Sox and left with a 3-hit shutout, and Mike Prolich preserved it. Outside a ball, 1-2 the count. Not bad for a young left-hander to pitch over 11 shutout innings in this ballpark before giving up a run. Let's hope that's not the run that decides the game. Popped up. Bernazard going out, waving everybody away, still backpedaling, and he takes it for the out, and that retires the side. But the Red Sox score their half of the fifth on a 2-out homer to left by Dwight Evans, the right fielder. 1 run on 1 hit, and after 5 innings of play on opening day, the Red Sox won, the White Sox nothing. Carlton Fisk, amidst the mixed cheers and boos here at Fenway Park, will stand in for his 3rd at bat against his former teammate Denny Eckersley. Fisk has bounced to the mound and hit a pop fly single that the wind did tricks with. So Carlton is 1 for 2 so far here today. Takes a strike just under the letters, inside corner, 0-1. Each club with 3 hits. Red Sox have the only 2 errors. Yeah, a lot of people still love Carlton Fisk here, as that ovation before the ball game would indicate. There's a pitch inside a ball, 1-1. Of course, he was a native New Englander. Made it even tougher for him to leave. 1-0. The Red Sox leading here in the top of the 6th. And Carlton lines one into the low seats down the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sox have left 5 men on through the first 5 innings. Excellent chance to score in the first and second innings. They had a 2-out threat in the third. The only time Eckersley put them down in order was in the fourth. Quite a few fans on top of a very tall billboard over the center field wall here, getting a bird's eye view of the game. Ball 2, strike 2, the count to Fisk. Leading off the Sox 6th inning. He'll be followed by Luzinski and Lemon. Up high, ball 3, strike 2, full count. The Cubs and the Mets here tomorrow at 1 on our next Sox telecast. Be next Friday night. Took him out. Stand corrected. 1 o'clock next Friday afternoon game. Another look at Fisk striking out. That is strikeout number 6 for Dennis Eckersley. Got that pitch down and in on him. Here's Greg Luzinski, still looking for a piece of anything right now. He's 0 for 2. He's fanned both times. Looked like Carlton Fisk was looking for a pitch away from him when Eckersley came down and in. Asked for an appeal, they don't get it. Luzinski checked his swing just in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. High pop up. The wind will keep this one in play. Lansford. Down. Now Chet Lemon, who's been hit by a pitch and has struck out, so he's 0 for 1. Funny thing about Chet Lemon, he has never homered against the Red Sox, either at Chicago or here at Fenway. Not that he is a big home run hitter, but he'll hit 10 to 15 every year. Blown away, ball 1. Chet's best year was in '79 when he hit .318 with 17 home runs and 86 runs batted in. He's got a chance to drive in 100 this year with this lineup. Fouled away. Last year, Chet never really had much of a rush at all until the final month of the season when Tony La Russa put him in the #1 slot, and he hit it near 400 for the final 5 weeks of the season, and that moved his average up. Outside the ball. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the 6th inning. Eckersley working on a 3-hit shutout right now. The Red Sox leading on Evans' 5th inning homer, 1-0. Chet fouls it away. Count rides at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Chet Lemon. Slow bouncer. Lansford charging up and throwing, and it retires aside. 3 up, 3 down for the White Sox against Denny Eckersley in their half of the 6th. We head to the bottom of inning number 6 here in Boston. The Red Sox 1, the White Sox 0.
Pulled it foul. Boy, we haven't had a ball hit hard all day.
Harry, you know, their bullpen is tough. They've got Bob Clear down there along with Stanley and Bergmeyer. I see where they traded Drago off to Seattle, but they have a good bullpen. That is probably the best part of their ball club right now.
I don't care how good their bullpen is. Let's bring one of them in. We're not doing anything with this guy. Swings, and he fouls it out of play.
You know his Bane's going the other way. He did that in spring training and hit a home run about 400 feet over the left field fence, so he can hit it out of here.
Left-hand hitter waiting. Now the pitch on the way. Smash right to the second baseman. That's a first ball that's been hit halfway hard. One out. Here's Jim Morrison. Nothing out of 2.
Boy, a lot of shadows around the mound right now. Makes it tough for that hitter.
Morrison tried to bunt with runners at first and second and nobody out, and the second popped up, then rolled out of the 4th. Eckersley, who had an off year last season, swings and he misses.
Well, our hitters are really swinging at his motion, especially the right-handers.
At the end of 7, Oakland still leads 5-3 at Minnesota. Billy Martin got him going again. There's a little squibber.
Boot it.
Roller to Hoffman. He fires in time. That ball was hit so softly, Morrison almost beat it out.
Yeah, Hoffman to me never seems to feel the ball, Harry, surely, but he's got a good arm.
Got a great hose, yeah.
That offsets a lot of mistakes sometimes.
2 men are out. And we're going to have Tony Bernazar.
And I would imagine that if he got on, we might have a pinch hitter for Auburn.
They have a lot of fun out there in the center field bleachers with the Frisbees.
Harry, look at the way the wind's blowing. We saw Bernazar hit a couple of balls deep in right center field. He might be able to hit one out if he can get it up in the air.
2 men are gone.
You know, and a pitcher like Eckersley can't figure him to hit the ball that far.
We haven't had one put out in the outfield yet. The Boston outfield could have just as well stayed home. Nobody's hit one that far. Eckersley has been masterful. So has Britt Burns. Outside.
Took a little off that, didn't he?
He got it up high, too.
Good motion, though, but Bernazar is looking for a fastball all the way because he wants to tie his game up if he can. Hit 9 home runs in winter ball.
Eckersley steps off the mound. A Frisbee, a ball is out on the field. Down there in the right field corner, one of those.
There's a new fad at the ballpark now. Beach balls and Frisbees.
2 men are out. Well, you can't beat fun at the old
I'm not
ballpark.
knocking it, Harry. I don't care what they play with. Just get in the park.
Slider in there, a strike call. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, let's start something with 2 outs. Let's go.
Bill Allman waiting on deck. High pop foul, back out of play. He had the right idea. He was pulling on that one.
He had a good pitch to hit. It was on the inside part of the plate and up.
Tony Bernazar, 24-year-old infielder. Eckersley. You know, they make you, they won't allow you with a cut sleeve, sweatshirt sleeve. They ought to make that guy get a haircut. I think he hides the ball behind his hair.
How about putting your hand on your hair and coming up with a little wet grease?
Outside, that could be too.
Watch him go to his hair. He does go to his hair an awful lot, you know. He tries to get his hair out of his eyes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled out of play.
Well, we are not getting good swings at all.
You can tell because you can't even hear the sound of bat against ball. Sounds like we're hitting with a lot of wet sporting news.
How about a banana stalk?
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh,
Fine, you can hear that one.
Boy, we got a lady in a
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th. 1-0 Boston.
You know, every seat in this ballpark, Harry, is a good seat. You're right close to the field.
Struck him out. Strikeout number 7, swinging. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Boston 1. Harry Carey back at Fenway Park. A fan scales the backstop screen to get a ball which had been lodged in the wiring. And in coming down, he fell on his back.
Halfway down.
But he got himself up, and he waves the ball. He could have broken his back, but he got himself a $2.75 baseball.
No,
Big deal.
They're up to $3.75 now.
That's inflation, Coach.
Hold him right there, Bernsey. I got a feeling we're going to steal a couple.
Glenn Hoffman will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Boy, what a frustrating day for the White Sox. LaFleur was on second base with nobody out in the first inning. Nothing happened. 35,124 paid. The Red Sox failed by about 200 of setting a new attendance record. The record is 35,343. Today, 35,124 paid.
Boy, look at the crowd. Super.
Small ballpark. The pitch. Swung and he missed. May a foul tip. 2 strikes.
Prettiest ballpark in the American League.
Baltimore now leads Kansas City 5-3. The end of 6. There you get a good look at Britt Burns. Boy, we can hold him here in the 7th. We'll have probably a pinch hitter for Allman in the 8th. LaFleur and then Squires. If anybody gets on, Fisk. Not over yet. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8 for Britt Burns.
He struck this kid out
Twice. He got Rice once, Perez once, Lansford once, Hoffman twice, Allenson twice, Miller once.
Harry, I think if a pitcher pitched a good ball game like this, you should get a half a win.
Here's Gary Allenson, the catcher. He's fanned twice. Britt Burns ready. High fly, right field, deep. Range way back, might be out of here. Holy cow! He got it into the wind in right field. Allenson, who didn't have a home run all the last year.
I told you, Harry, that ball is blowing a gale to right, which is very unusual in Fenway Park. And it is blowing out there about 10 miles an hour and carrying good. He really hit that ball, though. He didn't hit a fluke. I think he hit it as good as you could hit it. Here you'll see it right now. Let's see where the pitch is. Low outside. And you'll see right here, it gets in by plenty. It was high enough to be carrying.
So, another home run. It's 2-0. Here's Rick Miller now. He pops a bunt in the air. Nobody can reach it. A foul strike.
Harry, it goes to show you, if you keep swinging, you might hit it somewhere. And Allison has struck out twice.
There's Ralph Houk, the manager of the Red Sox. Dave Stapleton behind him, getting a helmet. Rick Miller is 0 for 2. Allenson, who had fanned his first 2 times up, hit a low fastball over the right field barrier.
That's why I like to see Bernazard get one of those balls in the air.
Miller getting something out of his eye. Rick Miller. This is his second go-around with the Red Sox. He started with them originally. They traded him to California. Now he's back with them. Britt Burns. Probably wondering what in the world you have to do to win. Burns knows how Ross Baumgarten felt most of last year. He'd go out and hold the opposition to no runs or one. And his teammates would have failed to score at all. Left-hand hitter waiting, Rick Miller. There's Lamar Hoyt in the bullpen. Line foul into the stands.
Lamar Hoyt warming up had a great year early in the bullpen first last year. He came up and won 5 and lost none. Then they had to put him in the starting rotation, and he won 9 and lost 3.
There's Tony La Russa, White Sox manager. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rick Miller. Hey, foul tipped it.
Good curveball.
Count remains the same. The Red Sox have played long ball today. Dwight Evans in the 5th, Gary Allenson in the 7th. Two pitch. Ground ball to Allman. He's got it. Throws in time. 2 gone. Allman has handled 3 chances. And the ball cleanly. Here is Dwight Evans getting a hand.
I think they're saying Dwight or something. Boy, Harry, he hit a home run that would have won out any ballpark in America.
Far over the left field screen. You know, the last home run that Gary Allenson hit was in 1979 against the White Sox, against Ross Baumgartner. So he's gone 2 years since he hit a home run. Got a big one here today. Goes to show you, you're dangerous as long as you swing the bat. And he had fanned his first 2 times up.
He probably wouldn't have had a home run yet if Fisk was still with Boston.
A ball and a strike to Evans. Fastball low. 2-0. 5 hits for the Red Sox, 2 of them homers. Off day tomorrow. We'll be with you again Sunday, radio only. Our next telecast will be Friday against the Red Sox at Comiskey Park. In the meantime, we'll play here against Boston Sunday. The broadcast on WBBM, likewise at home, Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. No television, radio only. Then Friday and Saturday, the Red Sox will be on Channel 9.
3-1 what, Harry? I bet it's breaking ball.
He hit a fastball for a homer. And Britt Burns apparently not getting the call he wants. The pitch is on the way. Walked him. That's only the 2nd pass. Here comes La Russa out. Britt Burns has pitched 6 2/3 innings. Dave Stapleton will be the batter. A runner at first, 2 out.
You know, Harry, they're short on a leadoff man. Of course, Evans is always hit down the line because he can hit home runs and drive-in runs. But so far today, hitting a home run and walking is a good job.
I like that leadoff man who can hit home runs. Bobby Bonds did that. Eddie Yost used to hit home runs, the leadoff
and
man.
walk 110 times.
Nice to get on the board in a hurry. La Russa trots off the field.
The one thing, Harry, we're facing probably as good a pitcher in the American League when he's right at Eckersley.
I don't know whether he's that right or we're that not hitting that much today. But he has certainly been an outstanding pitcher. There's Bobby Winkle. This game isn't over yet. He's liable to make one of those mistakes if we get a man or 2 on. We ran our way out of a couple of situations.
Big lead by Evans over there.
Evans seems to be one of those happy about the change of style of the Red Sox, where
Well, he becomes a star now. Nobody knew him before. He was a great player, but nobody really knew him.
big lead. Curveball low and outside. Evans had 3 stolen bases last year. Most ever swiped in the season was 8.
Burns has thrown a lot of pitches, and right now he may be just losing a little. His curveball is flat.
Evans a lead. The pitch. A low pop fly may drop in the right field. Baines drops the ball, picks it up, fired towards third. Too late. See what they're going to call it. He had it in both hands.
And he had it about...
Air on Baines.
Yeah, he had the ball about at his belt. He got a good jump. Watch this ball hit off the end of the bat. But that sun is tough out there. Here he comes. He gets a good jump on it. Now watch. He cups his hand, but hits on the heel of his glove. He didn't watch the ball go into his glove, and he lost it. No chance to get the guy at third.
That's going to be all for Britt Burns now, because a right-hand hitter is coming up, Joe Rudy. They're going to bring in Lamar Hoyt, I suppose here. There's got to be a change because that's the second trip to the mound this inning. And there goes Britt Burns out. He leaves because his right fielder dropped the fly ball. He struck out 8 in 6 2/3 innings. Lamar Hoyt will be the new pitcher. Joe Rudy, the hitter, he's hit the ball hard all day. Walked his first time. Lamar Hoyt in a relief for all runners at first and third. 2 out. Britt Burns tied his career high for strikeouts in one game, 8 today in 6 2/3 innings. Joe Rudy, you better have good stuff whether you're right-handed, left-handed, or cross-handed.
That's right. But I like
this guy's a good hitter.
I like his chances though with that sidearm stuff he throws.
The pitch. High and inside.
If you look at Lamar Hoyt, he is just as strong as an ox. He really knows what to do with that sidearm fastball. He keeps it down. He has trouble with left-handed batters.
Joe Rudy digs in. Lamar Hoyt, a 9-3 record last year. Outside. Ball 2. You know, Rudy will be ready here. Jim Rice on deck.
And he can hit over that right field fence, too.
Harold Baines playing him 4 over in right center. Stapleton safe on Baines' error is at first, Evans at third. Ooh, good fastball. Strike.
Surprised to see Joe take that. He must have been fooled. The ball was on the inside corner, I guess.
Oakland continues to add runs. They lead in Minnesota 6-3 at the end of 7. Runners first and third, 2 out. Big pitch. Ball 3. Jim Rice waiting on deck.
Come back and get him, boy. Tug McGraw came in with the bases loaded the other day and walked in the winning run.
Red Sox out in front 2-0. Bottom of the 7th. Joe Rudy. The pitch. Foul tipped it back. Had a good cut. The runner on first will be going with the pitch. Hope you're enjoying the telecast wherever you're getting it. And you could be getting it in any one of 46 different states.
Hi, 46 different states.
On Superstation 9.
I just want to say hello to all Harry's.
You know, 9 in Sarasota is 24.
Oh.
I get it on 24 in Sarasota.
I want to say hello to all your taverns around the country, Harry.
Some get it on 16. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Hey, struck him out. And Fisk tags him out. So Hoyt did the job. 1 run. 1 hit. 1 error, 2 left. At the end of 7. Boston 2. Realize that your ball club gives up a lot of percentage if you don't have left-hand hitters.
You know why Casey Stengel won pennants?
Because he played that platoon.
And you know why Billy Martin will win pennants? Because he will play the platoon.
Here now is Bobby Molinaro.
But you got so many guys today
First pitch outside.
who tell the manager if they don't play every day, I won't hit, and I can't go that way, instead of just doing what you think is best.
Now the delivery. Fastball outside. They used to be mad at Casey Stengel, but it didn't keep him from doing it his way and winning.
Woodling and Bauer used to get so mad they couldn't stand it, but they always went out and hit, played good, because
He made them stars by the way he used them. He had a cut and he missed. 2 balls and a strike.
but they had a lot of, switch hitters too.
Bobby Molinaro leading it off. All low. All 3.
Molly trying to get the job done now has really got him in a hole.
This guy's only walked 1 man. And he hit 1.
How about that record, Harry? In his whole career, he's only walked over 300.
He walked in. That a way to begin.
Plenty of activity in the bullpen now for the Red Sox. Is Bergmeyer, and he's the only one up. It's the left-hander. I guess Stanley's been throwing, and so is Clear.
Here's Ron LaFleur. Now he's been on base twice, stole a base, had a hit. Comes up with a runner at first. He's good at hitting the ball to the opposite field. He'll have a big hole over there.
You're absolutely right. What an advantage for a guy like LaFleur. The second baseman, who's a little bit leery and not playing too good, he's going to cheat so he can get there. And then you've got Perez at first, who doesn't move too well, so he doesn't have to hit the ball too hard to get it through.
Ron LaFleur straddling the plate. Now Dennis Eckersley goes to the grass so that he can go to his mouth. We're in the 8th.
Ooh.
Almost threw it away. Ball 1 low and outside.
Boy, the little guy behind the plate is awfully quick.
Tom Bergmeyer, the left-hander. Bob Stanley, the right-hander, out in the bullpen.
Stanley was just standing there because he's been throwing off and on for about 4 innings.
There's the major. Ralph Houck, the manager of the Red Sox. Strike over the inside corner. Eckersley's no dummy. He knows that LaFleur might go that way on him, and so he pitches him inside.
Barrios, surprised to see him up throwing.
A ball and a strike. Line drive, base hit for
Stay
LaFleur.
there, stay there.
Here's a runner on second.
Stay there.
Holding up. Throw back behind him. LaFleur comes through.
Boy, here comes Ralph Houck out of the dugout right now, and LaFleur really hit that ball pretty. It was a ball that was down and away, and he didn't try to pull it, and that's going to be all, and they're going to bring in Stanley.
Eckersley's going to get a great hand from the crowd. The tying runs are on base. Nobody out. We have Squires, Fisk, and Lazinski coming up. Bob Stanley, the right-hander, is going to relieve. And he's trotting in out of the bullpen. I like to see any player do that. Listen to the hand for Eckersley. Standing ovation.
I'm glad to see him go. Harry, did Eckersley have 7 strikeouts?
Oh, Eckersley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stanley, who has been awfully tough as a reliever against the White Sox, we have knocked him out several times as a starter. Last year, he won 10 and lost 8 with an ERA of 3.39. He pitched 175 innings. He's 6'4", 205 pounds. He is 26 years old from Portland, Maine, and he throws hard sinkers. He'll throw mostly sliders, but his forte is sinkers.
I wouldn't quarrel at all if he lets Mike Squires swing away.
Well, I can reason with you, Harry, but I would. Squires is a good bunter, but has never been an RBI man for us. In this situation, you got to hope with that short left field fence that you can get a right-hander up, maybe hit it over the fence. You got Fisk coming up next. He is a good bunter. In fact, he even beat out a ball the other day with men on first and second. He bunted down the third baseline. So I got to go along with the bunt. You're not wrong if you want to go that way. No, I really mean it. You can go either way, but I like to go with the bunt because
this
that wall is close.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw out before anything happened. We have no idea what Tony La Russa is going to do. But
Well,
I just want to preface it because I think either way he goes here, I don't think you can quarrel with it.
See, I know the signs, Harry.
Oh. On your Squires.
Watch Langsford now.
He bunts.
Beautiful.
It's a good one. The runners will advance. He tags the man coming down the line for the sacrifice.
Harry, a very dangerous tag. He didn't have that ball in his glove securely, and he might have knocked it out. That was a bad tag because all he had to do was flip it to first, but he was hoping to make a play at third, maybe. I don't think they'll walk Fisk, do you? How about a home run right here?
Oh no, that would be the winning. That would be the winning run. They got to pitch to him.
That's right. I want a home run, Harry.
So here's Carlton Fisk.
You think he isn't thinking home bagger?
I think he's thinking base hit to tie it up. Bob Stanley, a tough right-hander. I hope that's what
Well,
he's
maybe
thinking.
he's wishing home run.
No, I hope that's what he's thinking, Jimmy. Hit base hit.
Oh, sure, I know.
Because that's when you hit home runs, when you're just trying to hit the ball.
I know.
When you're trying for a home run, you usually pop it up.
I never walked up to the plate thinking home run. Making contact was my motto.
Well, you only finished 635 behind Babe Ruth.
635. He didn't hit that many home runs.
You
did
hit
he?
714. What did you hit, 130?
No, I hit 125, and I know every one I hit. I hit one down the line, my first one in the big leagues, underneath the foul pole here.
How come the only one you ever got any
There's a
publicity on
marker.
is when you ran backward?
Yeah, isn't that silly?
Yeah.
And I hit one over that 380 sign, hit one in
What's
the
the
center
argument
field
here?
bleachers.
Tony La Russa's out talking to Marty Springstead.
I wish they put it on his lips so I could tell. Tony's taking this one to court. I don't know what he's talking about.
Come on, Tony, don't give him all that extra time.
You know what
to get
happens right
ready.
now? You get the hitter all nerved up, you know.
Here we go. Bob Clear, a right-hander, and Tom Bergmeyer, the left-hander in the bullpen for the Red Sox. A base hit would tie it up.
Well,
A home run would put the White Sox ahead.
they're going to give us a run on a ground ball, except probably the third. Go
Yeah,
back
the
to
infield's
pitcher.
playing back. Carlton Fisk
Don't hit
facing
Fisk.
Bob Stanley. Hey, here it goes! Get right back! Please, might be! It is! Holy cow! Carlton Fisk has put the White Sox ahead. A line drive. I was afraid it might not get up high enough. And the White Sox lead. Look at Fisk. Look at Fisk. Holy
There's your
cow!
base hit, Harry. He hit a low break.
Look at the White Sox dugout.
Woo!
Hey!
Holy
Look at Eddie Einhorn.
That's what we
Charlie Lupin almost jumped out on the field.
Einhorn said that's what we brought him for.
Whoa!
Woo! Harry, he's a tough low.
Look at that sign. Get it right away.
That's Trey Sullivan. Woo!
Krasinski fouls a pitch back.
Boy, he hit a low pitch.
Oh, just barely made it a line drive.
Woo! How's that, sport fans?
3-2 White Sox.
Oh, I love it.
There's a strike call.
Boy, Harry, I'm going to have another heart trouble.
2 strikes and nothing. Curve blown away. Greg Lazinski.
He's due to make contact, Harry.
He hasn't distinguished himself yet. Struck out twice and fouled out.
You know, this guy is easy compared to Eckersley. Bad
Swings and
pitch.
fouls it.
No,
Did he miss it? Yeah. He's running to first base on a strikeout. And he is out on a close play. Allison made a perfect throw and got him.
Boy, Lazinski has just had a tough day.
Struck out 3 times and fouled out. Now he'll get his another day.
See, Harry, didn't you like that sacrifice punt?
24.
You know, he might hit it a double play, you know.
You know, first base open, but you can't walk the winning
right.
run and bring up a hitter like Lazinski, even though it turns out he struck out. Here now is Chet Lemon. Low outside. Boy, Fisk hit Stanley's first pitch.
You know, Harry, I got to get Farmer in here right now.
He hasn't even been up
They've
yet.
been up warming up even. I got to have him in here because he's our bread and butter man. Not that Hoyt can't pitch, but I'd have him up ready in case he gets a man on base or something.
A 3-run homer by Carlton Fisk. Lemon had a cut and miss. We still got to hold him in the 8th and 9th, though.
See, Harry, when you do the fundamentals, you get runs.
I'll tell you what I'll bet you. I'll bet you anything that Carlton Fisk will tell you that all he was trying to do is hit a line drive.
No, but I said he was thinking home run.
No, sure. Because that was a line drive, and I only feared it might hit the top of the wall. It barely made the edge.
On my pregame show, I said to him, hit a home run.
Whoa!
Got him again in the
Hit on the hand.
elbow, huh?
Oh, boy, that's the second time he's been hit. You could hear the ball hit the bat after it hit Lemon on the hand.
Boy, Lemon, he got hit. He gets hit so much, you know, he's the kind of a guy that digs in and doesn't get out of there. When you're dug in, it's hard to get away. And right now...
Well, they pitch him inside all the time, too.
Russo's saying something to him about maybe he's throwing at him. And he's hot. Russo's mad about it because he wants him warned. And that ball was way inside of it. I don't think he was throwing at him.
Now, let's don't wake the opposition up. He was hit by a pitch ball. Let's let it go at that.
Let's see the pitch. It looks like it's...
We outsmart each other.
Not too high. See, it's not high, Harry. It's around his shoulders there. And, you know, he stays in there so close he doesn't get out of the way. It's a tough play.
Everybody pitches Lemon that way.
Yeah.
They all try to jam him.
I don't think that he was throwing at him. I got to believe that he just doesn't get out of the way.
How would you like to be Eckersley? At least when Burns went out of the game, he was trailing 2-0. When Eckersley left the game, he was leading 2-0. And all he can wind up with is no decision, no matter how this game comes out. He will be charged with 2 runs. The run that put him ahead is charged to Stanley. Here's Baines now.
I can't get over how that ball climbed, Harry. I don't know how it ever got up on the screen.
Come on, Harold, get hold of when he fouled it off. The wind blowing right for Baines. Oh, to have a little cushion here. Going into the 8th and 9th, we have had a tremendous ball game for the first one this year. And thanks to Carlton Fisk, the whole baseball city of Chicago has scored. The Cubs were shut out 2-0 yesterday, and we had been shut out for 7 innings. There goes a runner, swung and missed, the peg. Safe. Hoffman couldn't hold the throw.
Well, I want to tell you, that was a good throw, Harry, on a good jump by Lemon. He had him, but for some reason, that shortstop is really unsure with that glove. Watch him. Watch this throw now. He gets away in a hurry, too. Now watch it. It's right there.
He's out if he catches.
Yeah, he don't hold on to it, see? He has got a very soft glove where that ball doesn't stay, or hard glove, I guess. It doesn't stay in there.
All right, here, Baines now can drive in a run. 2 strikes and nothing. The pitch. Foul tipped. Stanley still ahead of him, 0-2.
I think Lemon's got get hit by pitch twice. He ought to get some extra money for all that time he gets hit. Gets a lot of tape, I know.
He leads the league in being hit by pitch balls already.
Maybe they'll get him in that baseball this week. Ooh, that's a good sinker.
Curveball. Breaking ball. All right, it's 2 strikes and a ball. Come on, Bainesy.
Harry, I think he should go for a single.
I think if he gets the ball in the air towards right field, he's going to settle for circling the bases. 3-2 White Sox.
It's 420 to deep right center field and 380 along the bullpens out there and 390 beyond the bullpen and then 315 down the line in right field, or 290, something like that.
Here now is the signal. Hey, struck him out.
A lot of strikeouts.
3 runs. Only 2 hits. No errors charged. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. White Sox 3. It's 3-2. Jim Rice will lead it off. Greg Pryor now playing shortstop. Rusty Kuntz has taken over in center field.
I want to thank Ralph Houck for bringing in that pitcher.
Rusty Kuntz is on the field.
Here's Jim Rice. Lamar Hoyt now with a chance to pick up a victory. He needs 6 outs. Swings and he misses.
Boy, tough seeing up at the plate. It is twilight here in Boston in this ballpark. The stands are preventing the sun now from shining in the infield.
Those of you who have been watching the game and saw the home run by Fisk, here's a curve strike 2 call.
Boy, a beauty.
Maybe some of your loved ones have been away at work when didn't have a chance to either hear it or see it, be sure to tell them about it and tell them to state it on Channel 9. He struck him out swinging on a breaking ball.
Boy,
White has fanned 2 men.
boy, he threw a hard slider for the second strike, and this time he took a little bit off a breaking ball. Here you'll see it now. This is a bad pitch.
Right.
Watch where the target is. Now watch it go outside, and he swung at it. It's about a foot outside.
Now Ed Farmer is up along with Kevin Hickey, the left-hander, the Chicago boy. Bill Campbell's in the bullpen for Boston. A lot of activity out in the bullpen.
Harry, what a great view we have right here. That's why we're able to see so much. We're right behind home plate and almost on top of it.
The White Sox pitchers have fanned 10 Red Sox. Burns got 8 victims, and Hoyt has had 2. They have fanned 9. Eckersley got 7, Stanley 2. Here's a curve in there to Perez. Strike call.
Watch Fisk now. He wants him to keep that ball down on the outside part of the plate to Perez. If he hits it good, he may not get it up in the air.
Now to signal the one thing he doesn't want to do is hang one. Hold everything, fans. Strike 2. Good slider outside corner.
Perez didn't believe it. He looked over to see what was going on.
Lamar Hoyt in relief.
Now he's got to keep that breaking ball outside to this guy because he's on top of the plate.
Here's the pitch on the way. Outside, breaking ball.
Now he sets him up for this sidearm slider. Let's see if he can keep it down.
2 strikes on the ball.
Look at the sign. Let's see what the sign is. 1-1. Flap. Got to be breaking ball. Breaking.
Struck him out swinging. Looked like a slider to me, which is a breaking ball. He throws a good curve too, Jimmy.
Yeah, he does. And what he does on the slider, Harry, he comes side with it, but he throws it hard. When he throws his curveball, he'll come side, but he'll just take a lot off of it. But he wants to keep it outside. It's a bad pitch if he gets it inside. Boy, those are 2 big outs in this ballpark. Langsford,
He may not have to face those guys again.
if he can get this guy out, his 9th inning won't be too tough.
Right-hand hitter waiting. Curveball missed outside.
All outfielders are playing real deep. Want to keep the ball from going in the hole if you can. Keep him on first base.
White Sox leading 3-2. That evens a count and makes it 2-0 rather. 2 balls, no strikes.
Boy, in the first 2 hitters, he got right ahead in a hurry. This is the first guy he's been behind.
Carney Lansford. He might fear this guy. Maybe he doesn't have as good success against.
Oh, we got.
Put that up. We're out of this inning, or should be. Bernazard to second base. Don't worry about the kid from Puerto Rico.
Don't worry. Did you see that ice cream cone out there? Don't worry.
He had it all the way.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, nothing across. At the end of 8, Carlton Fisk 3. We're going to the top of the 9th. White Sox leading 3-2 in a thrilling ball game. Hope you're enjoying it, friends, wherever you are. Morrison. The count evened up now. 2 balls and a strike on Jim Morrison.
We need to get another run, Harry. They've got some pretty good pinch hitters they can put up there. Hancock, Hoffman. Yaz can't swing, so we're lucky there. Got a bad back. And Paquette.
2 balls and a strike. Swings and he foul tips. Bob Stanley came in time to throw a home run ball. There's Carlton Fisk. All 3.
I imagine when they start putting those left-handed pinch hitters up, Hickey might be up in the bullpen. He's the only left-hander we got down there, and he had a great spring.
24-year-old rookie out of Kelly High School, Chicago.
And a gutty kid.
Run, you might beat it out. Here's the peg. Save.
He had to get away from the bat, Harry. He had to run away from the bat.
Carney Lansford didn't show me anything.
No
He should have just let the bat hit him in the teeth, pick the ball up and throw him out.
He really started back. Now watch, this bat is broken right in his hand, and the barrel of the bat. Now watch where it goes.
Look at it.
Look at this now. Here goes the barrel of the bat. Lansford can't get away from it, and now he comes up a little bit. Yeah, look, he got the handle in his hand. Now watch this.
Run, don't look.
Oh, you can't see it. Now watch, he has to throw it. When he does, he takes the first baseman off the bag.
There's the bunt by Bernazard.
Let's
Foul.
have a good bunt.
1 strike and nothing. This is WGN Television 9, Chicago. America's #1 sports station.
How about a hit and run right here, Harry?
There you're going to look. If you know the entertainer Bobby Shart, doesn't he look exactly like him?
I don't know Bobby Shart.
Bobby Shart, well, he's one of the outstanding piano.
I know that I know one thing about this young man. He is put together. He's strong, and he can hit balls out of the ballpark. He's a strong
when you
switch
go to
hitter.
Carlisle Hotel in New York, over here, Bobby Shart. He's out of Decatur, Illinois, and of course he's one of a world-renowned pianist and singer.
I hope he's listening. We get a run for him.
I don't know if they get us in New York.
Listen, 46 states, Harry.
Is New York a state?
Here it is.
Hey, base hit into the corner. A runner around second, racing for third. Bernazard will hold at first. The White Sox with runners at first and third, and nobody out. Holy cow!
Boy, Harry,
like I've always told you, Jimmy, the big possums walk late.
Okay. Now, they didn't have the runner going on this, but watch how he hits this pitch. This little guy ripped it. But great fielding here by Evans now keeps the runner from going to second. He's played out there many years. Morrison's going to third, but he holds up at first very wisely. Look at that arm.
Here's Greg Pryor now, who replaced Bill Ullman at shortstop.
Harry, this is exciting White Sox baseball. On WGN,
well, we've been
Channel
telling them
9.
the White Sox are your kind of team. There's a runner out first. The throw through, off the second baseman's legs. A run will score. Tony Bernazard had stopped because he knew he'd be a dead out to enable the runner at third possibly to score. But Morrison had not broken right away.
Here's the play they had worked. They did it in spring training. The guy on first base deliberately stops. They throw through, but he's supposed to go as soon as they throw, but for some reason, Morrison didn't go. Now watch this. It's a bad throw right here.
Good thing.
It bounces away. They had fouled this play up. Now the Red Sox, who looked terrible all day, continue to look terrible.
The error will go to Allenson on the throw.
Boy, that's a big run. Now a bunt right here. Oh, come on. Get out in front and bunt that ball.
He was bunting for a hit.
I don't want a hit right here. I want to get the runner over.
Well, did you notice he's getting a running start as he bunted?
The way he runs, he'd have to get a taxi.
At least a bicycle.
Get out there and bunt the ball. I don't think he really wants to bunt. Pryor, for some reason, Harry, does not like to bunt, and he's a good bunter. See, when he looks down
What
there...
do you think Billy Martin would do about that?
He wouldn't play. It'd be El Gono. Pryor can do anything he wants with that bat.
There's a good bunt. That a way to lay it down.
That's it.
And he's out at first with 2 strikes. He bunted. Had he bunted foul, he'd have been out. But he bunted perfectly, and he accomplishes his job.
What happened, Harry, on that play, now he gets a breaking ball, which is the easiest ball in baseball to bunt. And he bunted on the end of the bat. He didn't, see, they didn't expect it, so he could bunt it anywhere, which he did.
Here's Ron LaFleur, a big star in this game.
How about a squeeze? How about a squeeze?
Runner at third base, 1 out. 4-2 White Sox. LaFleur will dump one over that infield. The pitch. There's a man scoring. It was a foul tip. It ticked his bat.
Oh, we could use this run, boy, with that infield in. They're right on top of us on both sides of that infield. And LaFleur, who hits the ball sharply to right, can get himself a base hit right now. And the way their infield playing, they're liable to kick it from here to the outfield.
LaFleur contributed a big base hit in that 8th inning.
They say they replaced Burleson, and they replaced nobody.
The pitch. Low. A ball and a strike, 1 out. Runner at third.
Harry, LaFleur has a good eye because he doesn't try to hit that ball hard, does he? He looks it over and he just tries to wrist balls. He doesn't swing with his body.
Breaking ball in there for a strike call. He was looking for something. He took that one. Oakland won its 2nd in a row, beating Minnesota 6-3. The pitch. Bouncing ball, a diving stop by Lansford, but the run will score. Oh, they call him out on a close play.
Boy, does he hustle down that line. Wait till he gets in shape. He's not quite in the shape he'd like to be in. But what a play by Lansford, but because he fell on the ground, he couldn't get up and throw the runner out. A fast runner. Watch it now.
Watch us play at first base. It looked to me like LaFleur had beaten it.
He dives, and he can't come up quick enough to throw the runner out. Let's see the play at first, like Harry said.
Ooh, close.
You know, he stretched far enough just to get him, didn't he?
Here's Squires now.
Boy, oh boy.
5-2 in favor of the White Sox.
Oh my, that's great.
3 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th. The big Possums walk late. And Miss Boston just walking by in a yellow sweater.
There's not many Miss Bostons in this town.
Well, maybe that's Miss Greater Boston. She's about 11 and a half.
This town makes you want to move.
Oh, yeah.
A high pop fly center field. Should be an easy out. Rick Miller has it. That's a first put out in the outfield for the Red Sox. Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall were in the bottom of the ninth with the White Sox, who were absolutely handcuffed for 7 innings by Dennis Eckersley, bouncing back with 3 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to take over a 5-2 lead.
Gary Hancock is going to bat here now.
37.
Hancock was at Pawtucket last year at 241 and then came to Boston and hit 287 with 46 games with 4 home runs. Wearing a good number, Harry. Number 37 in your scorecard, number 1 in your heart.
The number that Jimmy Pearsall made famous.
You know, Harry, they never retired that number. They just buried it.
1 ball, no strikes. Gary Hancock, a good left-hand hitter.
Uh-oh.
Ball 2.
3 runs in Fenway Park don't mean anything, Harry. You've got to get the runners out.
Kevin Hickey's out in the bullpen along with Ed Farmer.
Get a strike, kid.
Lamar White ready. Strike. Right in there.
This guy has good power. He homered against us in spring training, a tape measure job.
Come on, don't walk him. Ball 3.
He's fallen down, Harry. He's not throwing over the top that he's left-handers, and he has a whale of a bit of trouble with him. He just can't seem to get him out. Get this guy. Come back and get him. He's taken.
Now the count is full of 3-2.
He's thrown both strikes just below the leathers. He's got to get that ball down a little bit.
Full count of 3-2. Gary Hancock.
Harry, I'm so excited. You think I own the club?
Fouled back. Hancock from Tampa, Florida. Now makes his home in Brandon.
Squires is guarding the line, playing deep. He knocked that ball down. Hoyt is going to have to get over there in a hurry because this guy can run too.
Has good power too. 3-2 pitch.
Oh.
Walked in. Ball 4.
Oh, the Cardinals sin, walking a guy.
Here's Gary Allenson. He homered
Get
in
Farmer.
the 7th.
Get Farmer in here.
The Red Sox with 3 errors.
Bernazard in to talk to Hoyt. Probably right now they want to know who's going to cover second base in case the ball's hit back to him. A good idea. You got to make sure of one.
Pryor at shortstop.
This is a good double play man for Hoyt right here. I don't care if he hit 2 home runs today.
He struck out his first 2 times against Britt Burns and then homered the next time. Now he's up there with a runner at first. Come on, slider outside, ball 1.
You know, experience in this situation is what you got to have in there, and Farmer has done it so often, so many times for us in the last 3 years. I got to go with my percentage. Oh,
way outside, ball 2.
Get him out of there.
Boy, if he gets this guy on, the tying run will be at the plate, and at Fenway Park, anybody can hit one out.
Boy, with an easy bottom part of the batting order, and we're struggling. Fisk, I don't know what he's talking to, but I got to say, it looked to me like the last 2 pitches, he aimed the ball, Harry. He didn't throw it. They were breaking balls that just were flat. I'd rather see this guy hit a home run than walk.
5-2, White Sox.
Imagine he's taken right here.
Runner at first, nobody out. Strike call. 2 balls and a strike. Gary Allenson looking at the third base coach.
Nice to have a guy like Fisk. The pitching coach doesn't have to go out to tell him. He knows what he's doing wrong. He can go out and tell him.
2 balls and a strike.
Double play.
Strike 2. Boy, that's a big pitch. We needed that one.
Boy, he's throwing the ball hard. Fisk told him something.
Baltimore knocked off Kansas City 5-3. Oakland over Minnesota 6-3. In other games today. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging.
Big out. Tell you one thing.
That's a fourth strikeout for Hoyt.
And the third strikeout for Allison today, despite the fact he hit a home run.
So the White Sox pitchers have struck out 12 Boston batters.
The outfield in this situation, Harry, can still play regular. They don't have to worry about playing deep to keep the tying run off at second base. It's the next hitter. Miller, who is a punch hitter, you don't want to play him deep. He hits a lot of balls shallow to left center.
Lamar Hoyt.
Boy, make sure of one.
The pitch. Strike, a good fastball.
Squires is not holding the runner on. He comes up behind him and then he runs back, plays deep. He wants to knock that ball down if he can.
The White Sox have a 3-run lead here in the ninth. One away.
My bypass isn't working.
Here now, time is called. Somebody threw a rubber ball on the field.
No, it looked like a tomato. This is the way the Red Sox are playing, like rotten tomatoes today.
1-0. Don't make him mad.
I ain't making anybody mad, Harry. That's just the way they're playing.
Now ready. A little bit high. That evens the count. A ball and a strike.
Boy,
this is a key man up there.
Come on, young man. Just throw the ball hard. This guy is not that good a hitter. If he gets a base hit, okay, but try to keep it down. Shaking his head now, but he's upset with himself.
Rick Miller.
Make sure
maybe a double play. Oh, it's too slow. Whoa! Bernazar took his eyes off the ball. He realized it was too slow to get a force out. He was going to throw to first base, and he dropped it.
Harry, what he did, watch this ball bounce high. Barnazar, watch him look at the runner coming down now, Harry. Watch this. Here comes the ball. He'll watch the runner at first base. See? He doesn't get control of the ball, and by making sure the ball was in his glove first and then look, he'd have had it. But he has trouble, you know. A lot of balls he catches look like an ice cream cone.
And here's the guy who started the scoring in this game with a home run on Britt Burns in the 5th.
Boy, there's 5 errors in this ball game, 2 by Chicago and 3 by Boston. Looked like we didn't have any spring training.
That's opening day jitters. Here's Evans now, and you got to be careful here. Curve strike on the outside corner. Rusty Kuntz in straightaway center.
And Baines has got to be awful careful. He's got great power to right center field, and he hits it a mile.
The pitch on the way. Swung, and he missed. Boy, do you think he was swinging for it or not?
But he wouldn't hit that pitch, Harry, if he stayed there all night. That's a slow curveball, and it exploded.
But you can see him twisting his body, trying to pull with that green wall stroke.
He doesn't have to hit it too hard either because it goes up there easy. Let's see if he pitches him outside a bad pitch or ways. Make him swing at a bad pitch.
High pop foul, might be playable. It is. Squires under the ball. Makes the catch. 2 gone.
You know, here comes a pretty good hitter up here. You got to be awful careful of this young man. He hit .321 for the Red Sox. Almost got the Rookie of the Year.
Never a dull moment.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Like I say, the White Sox, the 1981 White Sox, believe you me, your kind of team.
Eddie Einhorn was always a fan. Now he's an owner, boy, and it gets a little bit hairy. Look at him.
You think he's not a fan now just because he's the owner?
His hair is getting gray already.
I like to get his blood pressure right now.
Now play deep, everybody.
Dave Stapleton. Curve of beauty.
Boy, he's tough on right-handers. He's not quite as tough as Eckersley, but he's tough.
1-0. He has fanned 4 men in 2 1/3 innings of relief.
Well, they can tag any bag in the infield right now on this ball.
He's way ahead of him. 2 strikes and nothing. Now go get him.
Boy, how about
Don't fool around.
I like bad pitches with 2 strikes. This kid's nervous. He's had a bad day in the field. The whole club has looked terrible. He may swing at a bad ball.
Boy, what an influence that Fisk is. He does every pitch. He's walking out yelling something. And, of course, he got the big blow today. That's worth $700,000. He ought to renegotiate his contract.
Oh, I didn't say that, Ed.
2 strikes and nothing.
Strikeout.
Watch it.
Yeah. Oh, why didn't you give us one?
Could have given it to him.
Didn't give us one all day, Springstead, you homer.
2 strikes and a ball. 5-2 White Sox.
Boy, your hair has gotten grayer today, Harry. Hey, there's a look at La Russa.
Is he missing a finger? I think he chewed one off. Watch it, big pitch. Line drive, base hit, just cleared the shortstop's head. The throw towards the plate cut off.
Harry, almost disaster out in that outfield. With the tying run running, LaFleur charged that ball one-handed. If it got by him, it would have been a triple.
Look who's up there now. Joe Rudy.
Rudy has had a funny day. He walked, he lined the left, he lined the right, and he struck out. He may be overdue, so I don't know what Tony's going to talk to Hoyt about. He may bring in Farmer right here.
It's 5-3 now, with runners at first and second representing the tying runs. The batter will be the winning run. Tony La Russa talking. Ed Farmer's in the bullpen, along with Kevin Hickey. Hickey is the left-hander. And it will be Ed Farmer coming in. He did a good job.
I thought he did.
1 2/3 innings, allowed only 1 hit.
Farmer is 6'5", 212 pounds, 31 years old. And the one thing about Ed now is the secret to his success has been a breaking ball. A slow curveball that he gets over to both left-handers and right-handers because they can't look for that. They can't guess that pitch. If he throws him a fastball, he throws it by him. His fastball is generally about 91 or 2 points.
Rudy, a great clutch hitter. I'm not telling you that to scare you, but just to report the fact.
You know, Harry,
he's a gamer, as they call him.
The reason you say that, his lifetime batting average is only 265, but he's always been a threat.
He's up there now with the tying runs on base. And he hits the ball everywhere. There's no set defense for him. Ed Farmer's first pitch. A little high. 1 ball, no strikes. Farmer, like Britt Burns, didn't have a very good spring, but you saw what Britt Burns did when it really counted. And that's the way it is here now for Farmer. The game is on the line. This is his bread and butter. These kind of situations.
Well, he's taking a lot of time, ain't he, Harry? I don't know whether he's a little bit nervous or he's trying to get the hitter a little bit pressing.
Popped it up. Short center field. Rusty Coons shading his eye. Sox win. Sox win. Holy cow.
Say it again.
Ed Farmer gets a save. Lamar Hoyt, the victory. And what a ball game this one was to win for the New Deal Chicago White Sox. The final 5-3.